It's time for North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
2 balls, 1 strike. Kessler comes set, kicks and deals the 2-1. That one is going to be blasted into deep left field. That one is going back at the wall. That one is out of here. It's a 2-run home run for Giancarlo Servine, and he has cut the lead to 4 here in the top of the 9th.
Now let's send it to the voice of the Plainsmen, John Willis, for today's game.
Well, good afternoon and welcome to Billwood Field here in North Platte, Nebraska for the first of a 4-game homestand and a 3-game series with the North Platte Plainsmen and the Casper Horseheads. Well, hello and welcome back to North Platte. The Plainsmen coming off of 4 straight off days after going 1-1 up in Badlands, having Game 3 of that series canceled, and then some scheduled off days on Tuesday. The 2 games with the Boulder Collegians, those exhibition games were canceled, and so a lot of off days for the Plainsmen coming into this one. They face the Casper Horseheads. For the Plainsmen, they come into this one 13-10, 6-6 here at Billwood Field, and they are searching to get that playoff spot. The first team that finishes in the Nebraska Land Division will scoop it up. For the Plainsmen, they are sitting 1 game behind the Hastings Sodbusters, who stand in first. They are half a game behind the Western Nebraska Pioneers, so an important stretch coming up as there's only 4 games left in the first half. They'll have 3 against Casper this weekend, and then they'll finish out the homestand and the first half coming up this Monday against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. John Willis with you on our Pepsi pregame show as the Plainsmen get ready for this 3-game set with the Casper Horseheads. The Horseheads 9-15 on the year. They are in the Great Plains Division. They also sit in 3rd place. We'll have stadium operations intern Cannon Rath joining me throughout the broadcast in different innings to help relieve my voice a little bit as I still try to come back from a little bit of some allergies that have been really poking at me this last week. So he'll be joining in throughout to add his analysis to the Plainsmen game here today. Coming up, it's my pregame conversation with head coach J.M. Kelly as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, are looking for host families for our players, coaches, and interns this summer. Players just need a safe place to come home to and will be on the road half of the season. Players will be in your home for about 35 days during the summer. Host families get free season tickets and discounts on swag and ballpark food, as well as private get-togethers at the ballpark and all the love from the Plainsmen. To find out how to host a North Platte Plainsmen ballplayer, intern, or coach, call us at 252-1445 or visit northplatteplainsmen.com for more information.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network as the Plainsmen open up a 4-game homestand to close out the first half. I was able to talk with head coach J.M. Kelly. He said these off days have been important with the important playoff stretch coming up.
It's been good for us. We'll be well rested, but I think everybody's looking forward to today. I think everybody's ready to get going again and get out there and compete again. So, and that's what we'll do. We'll get out there and we'll get after it. It's obviously off days are refreshing, but these guys came here to play baseball, and so that's what we're going to do. And we'll finish out these last 4 games in the first half. I think if we win these 4, we'll end up finishing in first. I think we're a half a game back from Western Nebraska, so if we win that game on Monday, and obviously if we win all 4, that will be one of those that's included in that, and we'll jump ahead of them. And I think, obviously Hastings has to lose 1 or 2, but I think, it's going to be hard for them with their schedule that they've got left to do that. So I like where we're at.
What about that Badlands series? You guys split with them 9-6. You guys lost in Game 2. You guys really dominated in Game 1. What were your biggest takeaways from that Badlands series?
Regret, honestly. I feel like Game 2 we probably could have handled things a different way with the pitching staff. I think everybody obviously was planning for a Game 3, and so we had our best guys out of the pen, all available for Game 3. Had we used one of them in Game 2, we probably could have kept it where it was at, and we could have came back and had a good opportunity to win that game. But, I think that's the biggest thing. On the field, though, we played really well and did everything that we needed to do. We competed really hard, and so that's all you can really ask for. I think we did really well that series. So.
What about this Casper team, another team from the Great Plains side of things, a team that you haven't seen so far this season? What do you want to see from your group against this Casper team?
Just going out and competing. I think the one thing you can do is you can look at that side of that division over there, and obviously those teams over there have struggled a little bit more, especially when they come to this side and play. I mean, you look at Badlands, lost 2 out of 3 to Western Nebraska, and then we just split with them. And they're the best team in that division over there. And right now we're 2-3 on this side. So, I think our biggest deal is we've got to go out and compete and pretend like this is the best team in the league, whether they are or they aren't. They may be. We haven't seen them yet. So that's what we're going to pretend is going on, and that's the way we're going to approach this. And that's the way we're going to approach all 3 games. It's no matter what happens today, we're gonna give it our best. All 3 days we show up and play. So
big thanks to Coach Kelly for talking to me before today's game. Coming up, I'll rejoin you from Billwood Field. Get your starting lineups and first pitch as we bring you Game 1 between the Casper Horseheads and the North Platte Plainsmen. This is North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hello, this is Gracie Wenzel, the Marketing and Promotions Intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you.
You know exactly where you're.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Birdwood Beef.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the brewmaster does only have one leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, that seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion.
Ron Willis back with you from Billwood Field as we get you ready for first pitch here between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Casper Horseheads. This is our Pepsi pregame show as we get you ready here for first pitch. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. We'll start out with the visiting Casper Horseheads. Casper 9-15 on the year, third in the Great Plains division. They're coming off losing 2 of 3 to the Nebraska Prospects. Dylan Baker will lead off. He's playing shortstop. Then it'll be Tucker Rowe. He's batting second in right field. Kenny Garcia will bat third. He's in left field. Bradley Fleenor will bat cleanup. He's at first base. Mitchell Pollock will bat fifth. He's at third base. Chris Burke, he will bat sixth. He's at second. And rounding out the bottom 3 of the starting 9, it'll be Ethan Rose at the DH spot. Logan Conklin, he's catching, and Braden Morrow, he'll be in center field. Pitching-wise for Casper, it'll be Jake Carvajal. So that's how the Casper Horseheads will go for your North Platte Plainsmen. They'll go this way. Not a whole lot of changes to what we usually see, except one new face to this North Platte lineup. Reese Lapoma will lead off. He is DHing for the Plainsmen. Garrett Thompson will bat second in center field. Giancarlo Servine will bat third. He's at third base. Then it'll be Oscar Stork. He's batting cleanup at first. Connor Higgs, he'll bat 5th in right field. Seth Williams, he'll bat 6th at shortstop. Cesar Garcia will bat 7th. He's at second base. And then Carson Leiden, he will bat 8th in left field. Getting his first start as a North Platte Plainsman, the lefty who plays his college ball at the University of Oregon. Leiden will get his Plainsman debut here this afternoon, and then Nate Windle will be catching to round out the starting 9 for the Plainsmen. Getting the start on the bump, it'll be Peyton Leon getting his 4th start of the season, coming off his best start of the season so far. So again, for Casper, it'll be Baker, Rowe, Garcia, Fleenor, Pollock, Burke, Rose, Conklin, and Morrow. And for the Plainsmen, it'll be La Palma, Thompson, Servine, Stark, Higgs, Williams, Garcia, Leiden, and Windle. Uniform-wise, the Plainsmen are in their all-white with green lettering, black outline, green socks, and the green caps with the Plainsman logo on the top. For the Casper Horseheads, they are in their navy blue jerseys with white lettering, orange outline, gray pants, and their caps navy blue with the orange trim, and the Casper logo on the front. Luke Franzen will be the home plate umpire, and Eli Cox will be in the field today in this contest between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Casper Horseheads. Again, the Plainsmen 13-10, for Casper 9-15. Plainsmen trying to lock up that number 1 spot, currently sitting a game behind the Hastings Sodbusters in the Nebraska Land race. It's a tight race between Hastings, Western Nebraska, North Platte, and the Fremont Move. All 4 of those teams still have a chance for that 1 spot, with only 4 games, at least for the Plainsmen, left to go in the first half. Coming up, it's our first pitch, brought to you by North Platte Telegraph. We'll step aside. It's the national anthem taking place soon. This is North Platte Plainsman Baseball on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
Things for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation when you travel locally or across the country. Adventure to great places.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Meet your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, as we open our inaugural season on May 24th at a historic...
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arc pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
Mad scientist like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from Brew School.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hibner's. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices.
Billwood Field just about ready for first pitch, presented by North Platte Telegraph. Peyton Leon will get the start on the hill for the Plainsmen here today. It is his fourth start of the season. He has a 7.20 ERA, no record, 10 innings pitched, 8 runs, all of them earned, 9 hits, 5 strikeouts, and 10 walks. The 5'11 lefty from Grayson Junior College, his last start was his best. It was June 17th against the Hastings Sodbusters. He went 6 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks. A no decision in that 2-1 contest, but Coach J.M. Kelly mentioned that he was very impressed with the performance from Leon in that one. It was definitely his best of the season. As the Plainsmen get ready to open up this one, here's how the Plainsmen will line up defensively. Leiden is in left, Thompson's in center, Higgs will be in right, Servine stands at third, Williams at short, Garcia at second, Stark at first, and Wendell is behind the plate. Plainsmen again 13-10, trying to fight for their playoff lives. If they win the first half, they will host the playoff series against whoever will win the second half. Dylan Baker will lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the first, as they try to get to their 10th win of the season, playing the Plainsmen here today. Waiting for first pitch here is the always battle between who can stand longest after the national anthem. Just about ready for first pitch here. Another hot day in North Platte as Dylan Baker, the righty, steps in to lead things off for the Casper Horseheads here in the top of the first. Peyton Leon looks on, ready for the first pitch here. His first pitch to Baker will be in there for a strike. First pitch is at 3:11. It is 90 degrees here in North Platte, humidity at 37%, and winds out of the east at 9 miles per hour. So Baker, no balls and 1 strike as Peyton Leon looks on, lefty to righty, to lead off this top of the first. That one is fouled off. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Dylan Baker, the 6-foot righty, comes from the College of the Desert. His hometown is Tampa, Florida. He gets the leadoff start for the Horseheads here this afternoon. No balls and 2 strikes. Leon looks on to Dylan Baker. Here's the 0-2. 0-2 is swung on, grounded foul. So count will remain no balls and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. Baker on the season in 24 games. He's batting .323, scored 17 runs, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 18 RBIs for him. No balls and 2 strikes. Leon kicks and deals the 0-2. That one fouled late. Just was able to get a piece of that to foul it back to the screen, so count will stay 0-2 here from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. It's Baker, Rowe, and Garcia to lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the first as Leon comes set. 0-2 delivery to Baker will miss upstairs. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker as Leon misses the strike zone for the first time here this afternoon. Baker has struck out 5 times. He's walked 10 times. He's also stolen 4 bags. 1 and 2, that one misses low and away. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. So Baker, after getting behind 0-2 early, has now fought back, makes it equal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leon comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2, that one's going to ring him up on the outer corner. Strikeout number 1 for Peyton Leon, and Dylan Baker is retired to lead off the top of the first. So a nice start for Peyton Leon, who so far coming into this game had 5 more walks than strikeouts. He now cuts that down to 4. So this will bring up Tucker Rowe, the second straight righty to lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the first. Leon comes set with 1 gone, nobody on here in the top of the first. That first pitch will sail high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Tucker Rowe. Rowe, 5'10", righty. Plays his college ball at Saginaw Valley State. He's batting second for the Horseheads here this afternoon. Tucker Rowe in 20 games is also batting .324, 12 runs scored, 3 doubles, 12 RBIs, 14 walks, 13 Ks. As that one will miss high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Tucker Rowe. Again, Rowe coming off his best start of the season, which was June 17th against Hastings. 6 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts and 5 walks. That one is lined foul over near the Casper bullpen. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Leon to Rowe. Leon the lefty looking on to Rowe the righty with 1 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the first. 2-1, Leon comes set, kicks and deals. That one catches the outer bottom corner. So count will even out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. This time things have flipped as Leon got behind early 2-0 and now has come back to even it out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. 2 straight strikeouts for Peyton Leon to lead off the top of the first, and 2 are retired. So this will bring up Kenny Garcia with 2 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the first. Kenny Garcia comes in after 2 straight strikeouts. Garcia, the 6'1" righty, comes from California, plays at Cal State San Marcos. He comes in with 2 gone, nobody on in the top of the first. First pitch from Leon. That one will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Kenny Garcia. Garcia in 22 games is batting .415. 18 runs scored, 1 double, 1 triple, 10 RBIs. Also 10 walks and 10 strikeouts for him as he fouls that one back. Count will even out, 1 ball, 1 strike here from Peyton Leon to Kenny Garcia. Ken Garcia in the 3 spot for the Horseheads after Baker and Rowe both struck out here in the top of the first. 1-1 pitch is lined foul over on the first base side, so it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Kenny Garcia. Bradley Fleenor stands on deck if they were to get to him. One, 2, Leon the lefty comes set, looks on to the righty Garcia. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one will miss away. So count will even out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So far, each of the strikeouts for Peyton Leon here in the top of the first have been on 2-2 pitches. So we'll see if he keeps that streak going here against Kenny Garcia. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leon comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2, swung on, grounded to second. Garcia scoops it up. Throwing to first will be in time. And the Horseheads go 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the first. 2 up for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the first. It'll be La Poma, Thompson, and Servine. After half an inning, no score. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Hi, this is Chuck Heeman operating.
1997, Nebraska Athletic Club has been North Platte's club. This is Tommy V inviting all of you to come and celebrate our 25th anniversary with us at an open house Saturday, June 4th from 3 to 5 p.m. We're going to draw for prizes and memberships, and our grand prize is going to be a lifetime membership. And you can join now for $25 to set up and $25 a month, and no contracts. And this offer expires Saturday, June 4th. North Platte's Club, Nebraska Athletic Club, 1701 East 4th, North Platte. And 454, baby.
Bob Sugarmaker here. It's rodeo.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Back with you at Billwood Field. John Willis with you on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel as the Horseheads go 3 up, 3 down in the top half of the first inning. Jake Carvajal will get the start on the mound, the 6'3" righty from Dallas, Texas. Plays his college ball in Northern Colorado. He's 0-2 on the season, 13.50 ERA. 4 starts, 5 appearances for him. He's pitched 16 innings, 24 runs on 25 hits. 8 strikeouts and 13 walks for Carvajal so far this season. His last start was June 16th against Gem City, where he pitched an inning and a third, giving up 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 strikeout and 3 walks. Definitely his worst start so far this season. Here's how the Horseheads will line up defensively. Garcia's in left, Morrow's in center, Rowe is in right, Pollock stands at third, Baker at short, Burke at second, Fleenor at first, and Conklin is behind the plate. Reese LaPoma will lead things off for the Plainsmen. We also welcome in Stadium Operations intern Cannon Rath. Mentioned pregame that he'd be joining us at times throughout the broadcast here today. Joining us on a hot Friday afternoon, so to speak.
90 degrees, it's hot out there. I mean, you're sitting out there, you're sweating, so at least it's a little bit better up here in the nice AC.
Reese LaPoma, the righty out of Northwestern Junior College, will lead things off here in the bottom of the first. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Reese LaPoma. LaPoma in the leadoff spot has done a solid job. 11 games for him, batting .333, 13 runs scored. No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to LaPoma. That one will skip in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. The count will even out. 2 doubles, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 9 walks, and 9 strikeouts for LaPoma as well. For the majority of his starts, he's been in the leadoff spot, but he's been all throughout the lineup. 1 ball, 1 strike. That pitch is fouled off by LaPoma. It's now 1 ball, 2 strikes from Jake Carvajal to Reese LaPoma. LaPoma getting the leadoff spot for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first, after the Horseheads went 1-2-3 in the top of the first, featuring 2 strikeouts from Peyton Leon. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carvajal kicks and deals to LaPoma. Off speed will miss low. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now to count.
Yeah, Carvajal there trying to get that off-speed pitch. It kind of looked like tried to get an inside to see if LaPoma would bite on it, but LaPoma just kept the bat on the shoulders.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Carvajal to LaPoma. That one was swung on foul back. It knocks the catcher's mask off of Conklin behind the plate. So count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Reese LaPoma.
Good way to battle there. It was a great pitch, kind of about the upper right around where the Plainsmen, a little bit below the Plainsmen logo, kind of advantage point we have. So like kind of a good spot if you want to make contact there. But if you're LaPoma, great job making contact to keep the battle going.
2 balls, 2 strikes once again after the foul by LaPoma. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Carvajal. That one will miss low. Count will now be full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Carvajal to LaPoma. LaPoma again forcing a long at-bat. He has been fantastic in the leadoff spot for the Plainsmen so far this season. He has the count full as Carvajal shakes off a couple signs. He now comes set. Here's the 3-2 pitch. 3-2. That one is going to be lined into right center. That is down in the gap. Reese LaPoma is running first. He is digging for second. He is in there. It's a leadoff double for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the first.
Add another double to LaPoma, and that's a great job there. Just battle at the plate, And finally, in a full count situation, you saw Lapoma drive that in that right, about the right center field, dropped it between the two outfielders for the leadoff double. That's a great at-bat to start the day for the Plainsmen.
Now this will bring up Garrett Thompson, the lefty who plays his college ball at Texas A&M Kingsville. For Thompson, in 15 games, he's batting .283. In 15 games, scored 10 runs, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 10 walks, and 14 Ks for the lefty Thompson so far this season. He comes in with nobody out. Lapoma now standing at second. First pitch will skip in the dirt to Thompson. 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts here from Jake Carvajal to Garrett Thompson.
If you're North Platte, Carvajal here, you kind of want to get him, just get him to struggle. That's kind of, you want to get in the pitcher's head here. And, we saw the leadoff double. That's how you want to see North Platte try to attack this bottom half of the first.
1 ball and no strikes. Carvajal comes set. Lapoma on second. Servine on deck. Here's the 1-0. 1-0, big hack and a miss. As the count will even out, 1 ball, 1 strike. Back-to-back players from Texas A&M Kingsville here on the lineup with Thompson up now. Giancarlo Servine stands on deck. Oscar Stark in the hole, the righty from Washington State. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Lapoma standing at second after his leadoff double into the right center gap. Carvajal comes set here with the 1-1. Kicks and deals. 1-1, that one is grounded to second. Burke is on it. Throwing to first will be in time, but it does advance Lapoma to third, so all in all, not a bad play there for North Platte.
Great play there. It's just a routine ground ball there for the Plainsmen, but you do advance Lapoma, so great job there from Thompson just to drive on that right field side. 'Cause it was on the left field side between the second and third. That could have kept Lapoma staying, but great job get between first and second.
And now this is the guy you don't want up with runners in scoring position for any team. Giancarlo Servine, the power righty from Texas A&M Kingsville, hit a couple home runs in that road trip against the Badlands Big Sticks. Servine has the 3rd best batting average on the team. He's played 16 games, batting .397, 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. After trailing Connor Flagg for a while in that category, he has taken the team lead in RBIs. As that first pitch is in there for a strike, count will start out no balls and 1 strike here from Jake Carvajal to Giancarlo Servine.
And it's like you said, you got a deadly in Servine in that batter's box. Your 4-hole hitter for the North Platte, so trying to get some damage done here.
No balls and 1 strike. Carvajal comes set, looks on to Servine. 0-1, that one is skied up foul on the first base side. So count will move to no balls and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Giancarlo Servine.
And if you're Jake Carvajal here, you have options to play with. Couple off speeds, high fastball. In this situation with Servine, with anything green light, maybe a high fastball would be Carvajal's favorite pitch in this situation.
0-2 the count. Carvajal comes set with Lapoma standing at third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 is fouled back. And so Servine keeps this at-bat alive. Still no balls and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Giancarlo Servine.
And that's what you do. You just battle, battle, and battle until you get something going in your favor.
Again, Servine 2 home runs in the 2 games against Badlands, both of them 2-run shots. It was a productive weekend in Badlands. Total, he was 6 for 10 in those 2 games. He went 3 for 5 in both games against the Big Sticks. 0-2, that one is grounded softly to third. Lapoma will score. The throw to first will be off the bag. Servine will dig for second. A run scores. Servine now stands at second, and the Plainsmen take the lead here in the bottom of the first, 1-0.
Routine ground ball there, but what I liked on that Servine, instead of hitting it hard, that grass slowed it down, and just a missed play there from the shortstop on that one. Just couldn't get in time for first, kind of overthrew it. From the advantage point, it'd be about to the right of the bat, or to the first baseman, about a couple feet into the back. And okay, now you see Servine standing at second, 1 run across the plate here for North Platte.
So single for Servine. That'll go down as an infield single, but then an error on the throw. So Servine reaches second on the error. This will bring up the righty out of Washington State with Oscar Stark. Stark stepping in with 1 gone. Servine now standing at second. First pitch here to Oscar Stark on its way. It is skied up, foul, and out of play. No balls and 1 strike to start out Jake Carvajal to Oscar Stark. Stark through 14 games. He's batting .273. Scored 13 runs, 4 doubles, 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, 8 walks for him as well on the season. No balls and 1 strike. Carvajal comes set with Servine on second. 0-1 as Servine will now take off for third, but the pitch is fouled back, so Servine will have to head back to second. Count will move to no balls and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Oscar Stark.
And you saw there the steal attempt there. Coach Kelly, one of his things he likes to do is be the leaders in stolen bases, and there's a hit and run situation there. Unfortunately, foul tip there by Stark, so you'll see Servine go back to second, but you can tell Coach Kelly's not scared to send the base runners.
77 stolen bases for the Plainsmen as a team so far this season, which leads the Independence League by a mile. No balls and 2 strikes. Carvajal looks on to Stark, righty to righty. 0-2 pitch, and that one is going to be skied up into left field. Garcia is running after it. That ball is going to just land foul on the third base side. A couple feet away from landing fair, but also a couple feet away from Garcia's glove. So count will just stay. No balls and 2 strikes here from Carvajal to Stark.
Yeah, you see Garcia out there in that left field tracking it down, but it's like you said, just a couple feet away from the glove there. But Stark did a good job driving that down that third base line. So, Oscar Stark here tried to do the same thing but put it in play.
No balls and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Oscar Stark. Connor Higgs, the lefty, stands on deck for North Platte. 0-2, Carvajal comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 will miss down low. 1 ball and 2 strikes, now the count. A nice job by Conklin behind the plate to make sure that one did not get behind him, with Servine standing at second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Casper trying to limit the damage here in the bottom of the first. Plainsmen now leading this one 1-0. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carvajal kicks and deals. Servine takes off for third again, but Stark fouls it off. So Servine again will have to head back to second. It's now still 1 ball and 2 strikes from Jake Carvajal to Oscar Stark.
Battling here. It's Stark what he's doing, and Coach Kelly. So we want to see. You want to see these guys be driven in that batter's box and do something to keep it alive, and that's exactly what Oscar Stark's doing.
1-2 the count. Carvajal comes set. And only 1 gone here in the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-2. Servine again takes off. That one is going to be skied up shallow center. Morrow chasing after it. He makes a running catch, flips it back to second as Servine was taking off for third. But Servine is back in there safely. Servine will stay at second. It's a fly out for Stark. And now 2 gone here in the bottom of the first.
It's a good attempt there by Stark. I mean, kind of more of those shallow hits, bring that center fielder. Center fielder playing pretty far back there. I mean, the left and right field outfielders, if you look, not really terribly far from the warning track. So the center field tracking that one down. So kind of just do a light fly ball there, but nice job for the center field to track that one down.
So bring up Connor Higgs, the lefty from Louisiana Lafayette. Higgs in 5 games, 7 hits and 18 tries. His batting average is .389 so far through 5 games. As he fouls that first one back. 0-1 the count will start. 5 runs scored, 1 double, 2 RBIs so far for him on the season. As he comes in with 2 gone. Servine standing at second, so an RBI opportunity here for Connor Higgs. For Casper again, just trying to limit the damage here in the bottom of the first. No balls and 1 strike. Pitch to Higgs, misses upstairs. So it's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Jake Carvajal to Connor Higgs. Seth Williams stands on deck if they were to get to him, with 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Righty to lefty with 2 gone. Here's the 1-1. That one will miss low and in. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Jake Carvajal to Connor Higgs. Servine stands at second after his RBI single. He reached second on the E5. LaPalma scored the first run for the Plainsmen after Servine's RBI single and the leadoff double by LaPalma. Taking off for third is Servine. He's in there safely as that pitch missed outside. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Servine gets a stolen base. He now stands at third.
I like the stolen base, or just a stand-up stolen base there. I mean, Servine got the big lead there and just took the advantage and jumped on it with the stand-up stolen base.
So now 3 balls and 1 strike. Jake Carvajal looks on to Connor Higgs. 2 gone. Servine stands at third. Here's the 3-1. 3-1 is fouled back, so count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Jake Carvajal to Connor Higgs.
So yeah, here, full count situation. I mean, for Higgs here, it's a base hit ball 4 type situation. If you're the Horseheads, you want to try to get out of it here, so got ways to attack it.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Carvajal comes set. Here's the full count pitch. That one will be lined hardly to first. It goes off the glove of Fleenor. Connor Higgs will reach. Servine will score. And the Plainsmen are now up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first.
Beautiful hit there, Higgs. Just drove it down the first base line. And Fleenor there, if you kind of watch, I mean, kind of try one of the little flips there, but unfortunately hit the glove when he went with the motion and flew off there kind of behind the foul territory, which now we see Higgs standing on first here. Another run scored for the Plainsmen.
Go down as an infield single for Connor Higgs, as that would have been a tough play for Fleenor over at first, as that one was hit sharply off the dirt. This will bring up Seth Williams, the lefty, who will be playing his college ball at Virginia Commonwealth next year. Played at Rend Lake Junior College this year. He steps in with 2 gone. Higgs now stands at first. It's the first pitch to Seth Williams from Jake Carvajal, who's given up 2 runs on 3 hits now here in the bottom of the first. Higgs takes off for second, but that one is fouled off on the first base side. So Higgs will head back. No balls and 1 strike. This count starts from Jake Carvajal to Seth Williams. Williams in 8 games is batting .250, 1 run, 1 double, 3 RBIs, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts so far for Seth Williams in his Plainsman career. Righty to lefty with 2 gone here in the bottom of the first. Cesar Garcia stands on deck if they were to get to him. 0-1 pitch to Williams as again Connor Higgs takes off, and again that one is fouled up. So Higgs will have to head back to first. Count at no balls and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Seth Williams.
You know, if you're Jake Carvajal here, I mean, you got room to play with. 0-2 situation here. It's like, how do you want to attack it here? And off-speed pitch is probably what you're going to see right here.
So 0-2 the count here from Carvajal to Williams, trying to get out of the inning. Plainsmen up 2-0. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 misses low and in. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Seth Williams.
You know, Seth Williams joined the team not terribly too long ago, a couple weeks ago. Has done a really good job with the Plainsmen so far this season. Been a big factor and fun to watch so far here in North Platte.
29 pitches now for Carvajal here in the bottom of the first. This is his 30th as the 1-2 misses upstairs. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Jake Carvajal to Seth Williams. And again, Carvajal coming off probably his worst start of the year. Inning in a third, 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks against Gem City on June 16th. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Carvajal will try to pick off Higgs at first, but Higgs is back in there sliding, so count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Carvajal to Williams. 2-2, Carvajal comes set. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Williams. Connor Higgs takes off for third, but they're going to ring him up. And so that will be the end of the inning as Seth Williams strikes out. Higgs was still taking off for third. That will be the end of the inning, but the Plainsmen, they jump ahead. They score 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They leave 1 on base. We head to the second. 2 up for the Casper Horseheads in the top of the second. It'll be Fleenor, Pollock, and Burke. After 1 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 2-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. Drawing 7 days a week.
The I-80 interchange in Hershey.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
And one thing I wanted to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest fully equipped, we're also less expensive.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland,
and Cannon Rath back with you from Billwood Field here in North Platte, Nebraska for this first of 3 with the Casper Horseheads. The Plainsmen leading this one 2-0 after a couple RBI singles, one by Giancarlo Servine, one by Connor Higgs, both infield singles that scored runs, and the Plainsmen now lead this one 2-0 as Bradley Fleenor, the lefty, will lead things off against Peyton Leon, who had a bit of a break after the top of the first, long bottom half of the first inning, as he went 1-2-3 against the Horseheads back in the top of the first, including 2 strikeouts as that first pitch to Fleenor misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Bradley Fleenor. First lefty in this Horsehead lineup, as here's the 1-0 pitch to Fleenor. That one is skied up, shallow infield. Garcia working from second base. He makes a diving catch. And one retired here in the top of the second.
Gotta love the nice diving catch there for the Sports Center highlight reel there. John, clip that one, post on Twitter late in the day.
You know that's what I'll be doing after the game here today. This will bring up Mitchell Pollock. Pollock, the tall righty for Casper, steps in with 1 gone after Fleenor flies out to the second baseman to lead off this top half of the second inning. Mitchell Pollock, the 6'4" righty from western Nebraska. As he looks at a first pitch strike, no balls and 1 strike, the count will start. So 0-1 the count begins here from Peyton Leon to the righty Mitchell Pollock. Pollock again standing at 6'4". As the 0-1 skips in the dirt, it's now 1 ball and 1 strike. For Pollock so far this season, this is only his second game with the Horseheads. In his first game, 3 hits in 5 tries, 1 RBI, 1 run scored. He's listed as a pitcher on the point streaks for the Horseheads, but obviously can do both. So that one will catch the outer bottom corner. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Mitchell Pollock.
Gotta love those utility players who can do both. I mean, especially in these type of leagues where pitchers' arms are kind of, with the pitch counts, don't have a whole lot to work with, so that's kind of what you like.
So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leon comes set, kicks and deals the 1-2. That one will miss low and in. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Mitchell Pollock. Again, all of Leon's strikeouts have been on 2-2 pitches. The first 2 to retire Baker and Rowe in the top of the first. So Leon will look to try to do something similar here in the top of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leon comes set, kicks and deals. 2-2. That one will just miss a little outside. So the count is now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes from Leon to Pollock.
I liked Leon's idea there, kind of pitch and get that outside corner, just unfortunately did not go in his favor there for the full count here for Pollock.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, Leon kicks and deals. 3-2 is skied up, foul territory. Oscar Stark, the first baseman, chasing after it. Him and Nate Wendell will watch it go foul. So count will remain full, 3 balls, 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Mitchell Pollock.
These type of situations you just don't have a whole lot for here. I mean, your best bet is just throw the fastball to the plate and hopefully get a pop-up ground head or a K in your favor.
So count still full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Lefty to righty, here's the 3-2 pitch. 3-2 again fouled off. So a long at-bat here between Peyton Leon and Mitchell Pollock. Pollock doing a good job trying to get something started for the Horseheads after the first 4 batters have been retired. Count is full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Leon. That one will be lined sharply to short. Williams is on it. Throw on to first is in time. and 2 retired now here in the top of the second.
Beautiful job there by Seth Williams. You just saw, fielded it, made the nice, easy transition, throwing him and sling it to Stark there to get the out. And you know, I've enjoyed watching Williams in the field. He's only been here, like I said, he's only been here for a few weeks. So it's just been a fun player to watch, whether hitting or just playing in the field.
So this will bring up Chris Burke, the righty now with 2 gone here in the top of the second. 5 batters seen for Leon, 5 retired. First pitch to Burke will miss upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Chris Burke, the 5'8" righty from Dakota State University, comes from California as he steps in with 2 gone. Nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the second, with the Plainsmen leading this one 2-0. 1-0 pitch is fouled back to the screen. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike here to Chris Burke. Burke in 21 games is batting .195, 18 runs scored, 4 doubles, 9 RBIs, 12 walks, and 17 strikeouts. The righty trying to get a 2-out rally started for the Horseheads here in the top of the second. 1-1 swung on and fouled back into the glove of Wendell. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Leon has him kind of where he wants him, right in the palm of the hand. You're just trying to attack it to get out of the inning.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Leon comes set, looks on to Chris Burke. 1-2. That one is just going to miss a little high, maybe a bit out as well. So it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from the lefty Leon to the righty Chris Burke.
Good placement there from Leon just to get that the left batter's box side there to see if Burke would budge on it, but Burke kept the
But Rose stands on deck for Casper if they were to get to him. As here's the 2-2. That one's going to ring him up. It's the 3rd strikeout for Peyton Leon, and it's the 2nd straight 3-up, 3-down inning for the Casper Horseheads. What a start here for Peyton Leon. We head to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Plainsmen will be Garcia, Leiden, and Wendell. After 1.5, North Platte Plainsmen lead this one 2-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Hey, this is...
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hidner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hidner's Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
340400.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Schedule, promotions, and more.
Things for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style.
Here for the bottom of the second, the Plainsmen leading in this one 2-0 over the Casper Horseheads. It's been a hot start for the Plainsmen, both offensively and defensively, and they'll try to keep things going on the offensive side of things with Cesar Garcia, the righty out of Butler Junior College. He'll lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second, facing Jake Carvajal, who struggled a bit back in that bottom of the first. First pitch to Cesar Garcia, and that one is going to be lined into right field. It's a leadoff single for Cesar Garcia. First pitch swinging and first pitch hitting is Cesar Garcia.
It's one of those you don't really want to take the green light that fast, but you know, so I saw Cesar there just crush it down that right field, get in the right field for the one pitch leadoff here to start the bottom of the second.
So this will bring up the new face to the Plainsmen lineup. Just got here yesterday, Carson Leiden, the 6'1 lefty from Eugene, Oregon. He plays his college ball at the University of Oregon with the Ducks. He's a two-way player, can both pitch and hit, as Cesar Garcia now takes off for second. Throw will not be in time. It's a stolen base for Cesar Garcia, and now Carson Leiden in his first Plainsman at bat has a runner in scoring position.
That's one thing I love about watching this team is just stealing. It's like a fast high school Legion team. You see a lot in the high school baseball, and now here in the Independence League, you just see the Plainsmen doing it. It's just fun to watch that.
1 ball and no strikes to start out Carvajal to Carson Leiden. Here's the 1-0. 1-0 is in there for a strike. It'll even out 1 ball, 1 strike. For Cesar Garcia, he's been putting in some work on the base pass this season, 4 stolen bases, so that's now his 5th on the year. It's now the 79th for the Plainsmen as a team, after Giancarlo Servin also stole a base back in the bottom of the first. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Carvajal to Leiden, as now Garcia will take off for third. It's another stolen base, and now the ball gets into the outfield. Garcia will score easily, and the Plainsmen using the base pass again. They now lead this one 3-0.
Beautiful. Beautiful there. You know, just kind of a bad throw there by Conklin and that down the left field side there, but Garcia scores, extended to a 3-0 lead, and you hear the boys' dugout there going crazy. You're trying to pull away for another victory.
And this is a team that hasn't played in 4 days after their last game being a 9-6 loss to the Badlands Big Sticks. And even Coach Kelly mentioned, yeah, the off days were nice, but we were all really looking forward to getting back on the field, as the 1-2 is grounded foul on the first base side by Leiden. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, the games yesterday and the day before against the Boulder Collegians were canceled because Boulder could not make the trip here to North Platte. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carvajal looks on to Leiden. Here's the 1-2. 1-2 again, grounded foul along the first base line. So still 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Just got to keep battling there here, Leiden trying to get his first hit here at the North Platte Plainsmen, see what he can do or try to get something rolling.
Again, Garcia scored to lead off this bottom of the second. He had a single, 2 stolen bags to get to third, and then reached home on the E2. As the 1-2 pitch will miss low and in. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Jake Carvajal to Carson Leiden. So Plainsmen now leading this one 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Carvajal as Leiden watches that one, and I think that one just nicked him. Oh no, they'll say it didn't.
They're going to say hit the bat there.
It looked like Leiden was wincing a bit. So that'll be a foul ball.
It's, fortunately in that situation, it is a close call to make there. I mean, the umpire's got the better point advantage than we do, but yeah.
So now time will be called as Luke Franzen, the home plate umpire, looks over to the Casper dugout.
He leaned into the pitch. That's exactly what they're talking about. When you saw the head coach, the very first thing, he stuck his arm out like, if you did, you lean into the pitch there.
So Franzen now having a word with Carson Leiden. And this is Leiden's first at bat, and it's been an interesting one so far.
Welcome to North Platte.
We're watching Garcia score from first. He's now had a long at bat, and now close play between the difference of a foul ball and a hit by pitch is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch to Leiden, and that one is going to be lined into right field. And first hit for Carson Leiden in his Plainsman career as he gets on with a no-out single.
Welcome to the Independence League there. A single in the right field. That's what now, back-to-back singles we have seen from the boys in green. I guess the boys in white today, but the right field side is where North Platte likes to hit the baseball. Whether they're lefty or righty, they like to go on that right field side the most. And now the question is, how is Leiden in the base paths when it comes to stealing?
So now this will bring up Nate Windle, the righty out of NSU Tonkawa. In 13 games, he's batting .209, 10 runs, 1 double, 1 home run, and 7 RBIs for Nate Windle so far this season. And for Carson Leiden, you mentioned if we would see his running, we had Seth Williams come up a couple games ago to talk with us, and he said the first thing that Coach Kelly told him when he got here is get ready to run. So we'll see if that same approach is here with Leiden. First pitch to Nate Windle, off speed is in there for a strike. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Jake Carvajal to Nate Windle. And Carson Leiden standing at first after his 2-2 single to right field. No balls and 1 strike. The count starts here from Carvajal to Windle. They'll try to pick off Leiden, but he is back in there sliding. So count still no balls and 1 strike from Carvajal to Windle.
You know, for these teams, when they scout North Platte, I think this is the first thing you have to scout is the stealing line, and we're seeing now 2 pickoff attempts here from the Horseheads.
0-1 the count. Here's the pitch to Windle. Again, it was a leadoff single for Cesar Garcia. He stole second, then stole third, and on the throw to try to catch him at third, it ended up into left field off the high throw by Conklin. So Garcia ended up scoring, and now Carson Leiden with a single. Still nobody out as now Leiden takes off before the pitch is thrown. He will be tagged out. So just not quite timing it up right was Carson Leiden, and now 1 gone here in the bottom of the second.
Exactly what you said there. I mean, he jumped too early. I mean, the pitcher there kind of waited a little bit longer on his routine than he typically does there, and for Carson there just kind of jumped a little too early and budged.
So now the base is empty. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nate Windle with 1 gone. Plainsmen leading this one 3-0 here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 swung on and missed. So it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Nate Windle. Again, Windle back in the starting 9 for the Plainsmen. He's catching defensively. He's been all around the place position-wise. He's been in left field, DH first, pitching and catching so far this year for North Platte. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 1-2. That one will just miss a little low and out. So count will even out 2 balls, 2 strikes here from Jake Carvajal to Nate Windle.
Windle trying to do his magic here to get something rolling for the Plainsmen. I mean, we saw the steal attempt get picked off here.
2-2 to Windle. That one will be swung on, poked into shallow right center. That one is going to be caught by the second baseman, Burke. A nice running catch. He was trying to work backwards to catch it. And now 2 gone here in the bottom of the second.
But yeah, as you can hear on the PA announcer, it is the top of the order for the Plainsmen. You see Reese LaPoma coming back, and going through your 9 hitters and not even 2 innings is something that's pretty impressive, showing that your boys are getting on the base.
LaPalma is 1 for 1 with a double so far in this one. He doubled and scored back in the bottom of the first as the first pitch from Carvajal to LaPalma. Off speed is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Jake Carvajal to Reese LaPalma. LaPalma usually in the outfield. He is DHing this afternoon for the Plainsmen. No balls and 1 strike. Carvajal kicks and deals to LaPalma. That one will sink low, so count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, LaPalma coming in with 2 gone, nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Carvajal kicks and deals. The 1-1 will miss high and away. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Carvajal to LaPalma. Two balls and 1 strike to LaPalma. That one will be grounded softly to third. Long throw for Pollock, and it gets under his glove. That would have been a tough play even if he had gotten on it. And so LaPalma will now reach.
You know, we saw it's like you mentioned, a tough play there, whether if Mitchell Pollock would have fielded it or not. I mean, one thing that Coach Kelly built his team around, and that's speed. And LaPalma is just Speedy Gonzalez. He's one of those Speedy Gonzalez type players. He can run everywhere. And so, yeah, like you said, I agree. It would have been a tough play there no matter what, if the ball was fielded cleanly or not.
Give him an infield single for that one, as this will bring up Garrett Thompson, the lefty, who was 0 for 1 with a ground out, but it was kind of a sacrifice ground out to advance LaPalma to third, who would later score with nobody out. So here's the first pitch to Garrett Thompson. LaPalma looked to run for second, but did not go. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out Carvajal to Thompson, but don't be surprised if LaPalma takes off at some point in this at-bat.
It's one of the best ways to try to throw a pitcher-catcher off is the fake steal attempt.
1 ball and no strikes. Carvajal, the righty, to the lefty. Thompson, here's the 1-0 pitch. 1-0 will miss down low. It's now 2 balls and no strikes from Carvajal to Garrett Thompson.
The one thing that does kind of interest me that Carvajal hasn't done yet is try doing an intentional pitch out, see if he can get something. I mean, Coach Kelly, he'll send his runners at any time. It could be the first pitch, it could be the 10th pitch. He can go any time. So, I mean, that's the only disadvantage about doing a pitch out. So, China got to keep you on your toes.
2 balls and no strikes to Thompson. That one is lifted foul behind home plate. So count will move 2 balls and 1 strike here from Jake Carvajal to Garrett Thompson. So now with the first strike, maybe expect Reese LaPoma to start working the base pass. For LaPoma, he's stolen 8 bags, been caught 3 times so far this season for North Platte. So someone who has been a regular on the base paths, stealing. So it's now 2 balls, 1 strike. Carvajal kicks and deals, and there goes LaPoma as that pitch misses high. The throw will land in center field. LaPoma is now going to go to third. He is in there. So LaPoma advances from first to third, steals second, and advances to third on the error.
That's just another time we've seen that ball going back in the outfield to see the runner come around and advance more than 1 bag on the play.
It's now the 3rd error by the Casper Horseheads, and we're not even through 2. And 2 of those errors have been by their catcher, Conklin, behind the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Carvajal looks on to Thompson. Here is the 3-1 pitch. 3-1 will miss a little low and in. So it's a 5-pitch walk. It's the first walk for Carvajal, and now runners at the corners for the Plainsmen.
Yeah, that's drew the walk there, so they got runners on the hot corners here, and look who's coming up to here. It's a big hitter for North Platte.
Servine 1 for 1 today, had a RBI infield single that scored LaPoma back in the bottom of the first. He steps in with LaPoma standing at third, Thompson at first, and 2 gone here in the bottom of the second. Plainsmen trying to extend their lead here in the second inning. Already leading this one 3-0 over the Casper Horseheads. Servine ready for the first pitch here from Jake Carvajal. Carvajal already making his way through the order for the 2nd time here today. They will immediately try to pick off Thompson, but he's back in there sliding. So still a fresh count from Jake Carvajal to Giancarlo Servine.
Now you look at it's interesting is if you see the still attempt here by Thompson is how do you attack it? Do you try to find a cutoff man and go back home, or that's the interesting that the Horses have to look towards?
So first pitch here to Servine. Thompson is going to dig for second. It's a swing and a foul ball hit down the first base line. They'll say it's fair. Carvajal isn't able to field it cleanly. So LaPoma scores, and now Thompson is caught between second and third. He's trying to get back to second safely. He won't. But a run scores for North Platte, and they now lead this one 4-0. Another crazy ending to the inning here in the second. So for the Plainsmen, they score 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors, and they will end up leaving 1 on base. We head to the top of the third. Due up for the Horseheads, it'll be Rose, Conklin, and Morrow. After 2 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 4-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Why do they call it peg leg?
Well, the brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator came out, surprised him, snatched his leg right off. But he killed that alligator with his bare hands, kept the barley, and that's why the beer is so good.
Nah, seems ridiculous, man.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg. And ever since then, he brews beer as an homage to his leg.
Why was there a keg in a science lab, though?
Even mad scientists like drinking beer.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Sounds suspicious.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home.
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef.
Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef. 1-4 over the Casper Horseheads as Ethan Rose, the lefty, will lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the third. Lefty to lead off this inning as Peyton Leon comes set. Ready for the first pitch here to Ethan Rose. That one is going to miss. Ball one. For Peyton Leon so far has faced 6 batters and has retired all 6 of them, including 3 strikeouts so far in this one. 1 ball and no strikes here to Ethan Rose. 1-0 pitch on its way. It'll miss high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes.
You know, if you're Peyton Leon, that's a great way to start the ball game. Retire the first 6 you face, and now try to get the next 3 you face. You can retire all 9 batters here within the first 3 innings.
2 balls and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Ethan Rose here in the top of the third. 2-0 pitch. That one catches the outer half of the plate. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Rose, the lefty, 6'1", out of Saginaw Valley State. Hails from Minnesota. As he comes in to lead off this top half of the third for the Horseheads. 2 balls and 1 strike. Peyton Leon comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-1 skips in the dirt. It's now 1 RBI so far for him on the year. He struck out 21 times compared to 12 walks. 3 balls and 1 strike. Leon comes set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. 3-1 will miss inside, so it's a leadoff walk to Ethan Rose, and it's the first time the Horseheads have had a base runner so far in this one.
Yeah, got a runner on base here, so if you're the Horseheads, this is kind of where you want to get your momentum swinging. You're down by 4 here in the top of the third. 1 run's better than no runs, so that's kind of how the Horseheads want to attack it there. You got your lead, like you said, a leadoff walk to start the top of the third.
So this will bring up Logan Conklin, who is the catcher for the Horseheads here. 5'11" as there will be a pickoff attempt over to Rose at first. It is unsuccessful. Conklin out of Carolina University from Eunice, Indiana. Steps in with nobody out and a runner on first. That pitch again will miss, and it's now 1 ball and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Logan Conklin.
If you watch Leon there, he's actually doing a quick pitch to try to, if you see Rose take off, and you'll have the advantage try to pick him off there. So a couple quick pitches here from Leon.
1 ball and no strikes. That one misses high and away. It's now 2 balls and no strikes, and now Nate Windle will come out and try to settle him down. After a bit of struggles for Leon to start out this top of the third after looking very quality through the first 2 innings. For Logan Conklin, through 14 games, he's batting .200, 11 runs scored, 1 double, 2 RBIs on the season, 10 strikeouts, and 11 walks. Jake King stands on deck for the Horseheads. So here's the 2-0 pitch. 2-0 is fouled back, and it is a strike, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Conklin.
If you're Logan Conklin, you had a couple errors in your names. This is where you want to try to get something positive in your way to get back in the, try to get yourself back.
2 balls and 1 strike. That one is fouled back to the screen, so it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Logan Conklin. Again, that's Jake King, not Braden Morrow, who stands on deck, as there was some confusion with the point streaks on who wore what number, but that is Jake King standing on deck for the Horseheads. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch from Leon. That one is going to be swung on and missed. Strikeout number 4 now for Peyton Leon, and it's the first out here in the top of the third.
4 Ks and 3 innings. Yeah, that's a good start to the ball game for Peyton Leon here. Try to build off of it and get some, try to get more in your name, but for Leon having a good start here in game 1 of the series against the Horseheads.
So bring up Jake King, the 5'11" lefty from northern Colorado. His hometown is Buckeye, Arizona. Lefty steps in with one gone here in the top of the third. And Ethan Rose standing at first, who walked to lead off this inning as that first pitch is fouled back. No balls and one strike to start out Peyton Leon to Jake King. For King so far in the season, he's played in 4 games, batting .111, 5 runs scored for him. The lefty in the 9 spot for the Horseheads here against the Plainsmen. No balls and one strike. Leon kicks and deals. That one will miss outside. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Jake King.
You know, one thing a left-handed batter loves is in baseball at the high school legion and college level, you see a lot of right-handed hitters. Well, I guess before you get to college, a lot of right-handers. Now you see a lot more left-handed pitchers when it's lefty on lefty.
1-1 is Chase as that one skipped in the dirt. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Leon to King.
So yeah, Leon here has King where he wants him in a 1-2. You want to do to get King to attack.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Leon kicks and deals the 1-2. That one is going to freeze him up. Catches the bottom part of the strike zone. 2 straight strikeouts after walking Rose. 5 strikeouts now for Peyton Leon, and 2 gone here in the top of the third.
Beautiful. You couldn't paint that pitch any better than that.
So now it's back to the top of the order for the Horseheads with Dylan Baker, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this one. He steps in with 2 gone here in the top of the third. Comes set ready for the first pitch here from Peyton Leon. Lefty to righty with 2 gone in the top of the third. That first pitch will miss high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. Again, Leon has now struck out a batter each inning and has struck out 2 batters in 2 of his 3 so far. 5 strikeouts for Leon so far, which equals his season total to this point. 1 ball and no strikes. That one will be skied up, foul out of play. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. I mentioned 5 strikeouts for Leon coming into this game. He has struck out 5 through 2 2/3. It's been a really hot start for Peyton Leon in this one. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leon comes set. Kicks and deals the 1-1 to Baker. 1-1 misses upstairs. So it's now 2 balls, 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker.
You know, Baker's first plate appearance was the first K of the ball game, so if you're Leon, you're trying to get 2 Ks here for Baker.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Peyton Leon comes set with Rose stranded at first ever since the top half of the inning. They'll try to pick him off, and he is just back in there safely. Great move by Leon, a great attempt by Stork. Ethan Rose is just able to slide back in there safely.
It looked like one of those plays there. You saw the pickoff attempt that Rose, the way he kind of slid back, the way Stark moved his arm, kind of went underneath him, and Rose got back on the bag. But a great attempt there by Leon, but great awareness by Ethan Rose.
So 2 balls, 1 strike from Leon to Baker. 2-1 is fouled off, so it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. Again, Baker at the top of the order for the Horseheads, trying to advance Rose somewhat after he led off the inning with a walk, but 2 straight strikeouts by Leon have kept him at bay at first. 2 balls and 2 strikes, pitch from Leon, misses upstairs. So counter is now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker.
Full count situation, 2 outs, Rose will take off, but with the lefty situation, a lot of times on a righty, the minute the foot comes up, you'll take off lefty. You got to wait till he starts pushing forward because of a pickoff attempt here, but you'll see the runner taking off once he pushes forward.
3-2. That one is going to be popped up center field. Thompson trying to track it down, makes the catch, and that will be the end of the inning. For the Horseheads here in the top of the third, no runs on no hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the third. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Servine, Stork, and Higgs. After 2.5, 4-0, the Plainsmen lead this one. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
Toyota, let's go places.
Memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more. From our bountiful selection of scenic golf courses, our world-class zoo, the breathtaking Lake Minnetonka, and our family-friendly community events, we have something for you and your family year-round. Come visit Nebraska like you've never seen it. Your next experience awaits you in Scottsbluff County.
I love shade trees. They're big and gorgeous.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Third and the day is done for Jake Carvajal. A short outing for him. He goes 2 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. Into the game comes the 6'1" righty, Thomas Tuchetti, out of Southwest Oregon Community College. He plays his college ball there. He hails from Eugene, Oregon. For Tuchetti so far in the season, 8 appearances, all out of the bullpen. He's pitched 15 and a third, 11 earned runs, 18 runs total, 14 hits, 18 strikeouts, 18 walks. He has a 3-0 record and a 6.45 ERA. He'll face Oscar Stark to lead off this bottom of the third after taking the place of Jake Carvajal, who just struggled against the Plainsmen in this one. Righty to righty. First pitch to Stark is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Tuchetti to Stark.
You know, sometimes being the first batter against a new pitcher can always be tough there because you got to figure out what he thrown to compare to the first round.
0-1 misses upstairs, so count will even out. 1 ball and 1 strike. It seems like this pitcher has a little more velocity on the arm than Carvajal had in his 2 innings worked. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tuchetti with the pitch. That one will miss low and in, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Kind of like what you said there. I mean, I could see it. A little bit more velocity in that fastball. I mean, but usually that's how you want to see your bullpen. Bullpen pitchers don't go as long, but usually they can throw a little bit harder than the starter can.
2-1 the count. Here's the pitch. That one will miss low. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike. It was a first pitch strike from Thomas Tuchetti. And now he's missed 3 straight times, and the count sits at 3-1. As Stark, the righty, who is 0 for 1 with a flyout, leads things off for the Plainsmen in the bottom of the third. That one will be foul back to the screen. So count 3 balls and 2 strikes from Thomas Tuchetti to Oscar Stark. Wind blowing a little bit here at Billwood Field as the count is full. Tuchetti comes set, looks on to Oscar Stark. 3-2 pitch on its way. That one misses well in. Stark had to get out of the way of that one, so he'll now head to first. It's a leadoff walk. Stark will go over to first.
Third straight inning. Got the Plainsman's leadoff hitter gets on bag, whether it's single, or as we see in this situation for Stark, it's a walk there. But that's what you want to see. You want to try to get your leadoff hitter on bag, and that's exactly what North Platte has done for the 3rd straight inning to start the bottom of the 3rd.
Connor Higgs now steps in, the lefty, who is 1 for 1 with an infield single RBI back in the bottom of the 1st that scored Giancarlo Servine. Plainsmen have scored 2 runs in each inning up to this point. They lead this one 4-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch from Tuchetti to Higgs. That one will miss high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Thomas Tuchetti to Connor Higgs.
You know, last time we saw Higgs up, he just drilled one down that first base side into the right field there, so try to do something. As you got Stark standing at first, try to get him moving.
1 ball and no strikes. Tuchetti comes set, looks on to Connor Higgs, righty to lefty with nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The 1-0, that one is lifted foul on the left field side. So count will even out. 1 ball, 1 strike from Thomas Tuchetti to Connor Higgs.
Touche's got an interesting form. If you watch him, he's not, most pitchers, they'll look at the runner before they get set. He kind of just lets Stark do his thing at first, not really fully watching him like a lot of pitchers will, especially. He'll do a quick glance, but then get set, kind of a long, hard stare.
1 ball, 1 strike now the count. Here's the pitch from Touche. That one is going to be lined sharply and through into center field. Oscar Stark is rounding second. He's headed for third. Now Connor Higgs takes advantage. He gets into second. And so runners at second and third. Still nobody out for the Plainsmen here in the bottom half of the inning.
2 at-bats and now 2 singles there for Higgs. And it was a beautifully placed hit ball right down that center line.
So this will bring up Seth Williams, who comes in with nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position. Connor Higgs at second, Oscar Stark at third. So struggling start out of the bullpen for Thomas Touchetti. Gave up the leadoff walk, and now for Connor Higgs, he stands at second.
For a team who hasn't played in 4 days for the North Platte Plainsmen, they've done pretty well in their first game back in 4 days against this Horseheads program.
So Seth Williams comes in, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this one. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. So count will start out 0-1 here from Touchetti to Seth Williams. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third, with the Plainsmen leading this one 4-0. Trying to extend their lead here in the bottom of the third and really put the pressure on as that one is popped up softly foul on the third base side. No balls and 2 strikes from Thomas Touchetti to Seth Williams. Again, Williams, the lefty, coming in with Connor Higgs at second, Oscar Stark at third. Nobody out. Plainsmen scored 2 in the first and 2 in the second. Trying to keep up their scoring barrage here in the third. No balls and 2 strikes. Touchetti comes set. The 0-2, that one is going to be poked into center field. Coming up and not making the catch is King. So scoring is Oscar Stark. It's now 5-0. And the Plainsmen really putting on the pressure.
Kind of funny there. If you watch Williams, he kind of just did the routine fly balls throughout the first. And if he actually, I think it was 100% where it could have got the second there. But once they threw it back, that's when he kind of realized, like, oh, the ball dropped, because in those situations it could just be a routine fly ball. But yeah, it's been a fun one here.
So now Cesar Garcia will step in, who is 1 for 1 with a single. He stole 2 bags and scored on the E2. As Garcia skies that one up behind the plate. Conklin, the catcher, chasing after it. He drops it. That one was in his glove, just not able to take advantage. And it's things like that that the Horseheads haven't been able to take advantage of. They've committed 4 errors. So count will just be no balls and 1 strike from Thomas Touchetti to Cesar Garcia.
For Garcia, that's right there. It's what you call a sigh of relief there.
No balls and 1 strike, Touchetti to Garcia. With runners at the corners, here is the 0-1 pitch, and now they'll try to pick off Williams. Williams took off for second, so they now have him caught. As now Connor Higgs takes off for the plate, he is going to score, and the Plainsmen continue to work the base pass. It's now 6-0.
Touchetti there knew what was going on. He actually had a smart move to throw it back, but Seth Williams did a good job to get him the bite to go down here. That we saw the run score there. So Touchetti knew what was going on, but Seth Williams did a great job bringing him closer to him. With that presented the bad throw to Conklin to get the run to score.
So Garcia now in no balls and 1 strike with Williams at second. It'll technically go down as a double steal for the Plainsmen, as Connor Higgs is able to score from third. That pitch will miss upstairs. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Thomas Touchetti to Cesar Garcia. Righty to righty, still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Plainsmen leading this one 6-0. 1-1 pitch on its way. That one nicks Garcia in the knee. And so he will now head to first. Runners at first and second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third.
Now you got Nate Win. Oh, my apologies. It's going to be Carson. Man, I can't talk. Carson Lyden coming. That's my apologies. Get a yawn and a cough coming all at once. But we saw Carson's first at bat hit a single in the right field side line, and now you got runners at first and second. And the key question is, does Coach Kelly go with the classic double steal?
We'll probably see them taking off at some point in this at-bat as Carson Lyden comes in the lefty. Again, 1 for 1 with a single. He looks at that first pitch, missed down low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Too shady to Lyden. Leadoff walk for Stark. Double for Higgs. Single for Williams. Garcia's hit by the pitch, and that's how Plainsmen have scored 2 again here in the bottom of the third. One of those runs on a double steal. 1 ball and no strikes. Too shady comes set, looks on to Lyden. Lyden fouls that one off on the left field side, so it's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Just got to battle there and keep it going, trying to see what you can do there. So, one thing as we see, we have seen Tuchetti kind of struggling here early on.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here to Carson Lyden, the 8-hitter. He's the 5th batter to come up for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third. Casper could really use a double play here. As that one is chased, it's now 1 ball and 2 strikes from Too Shady to Carson Lyden.
Early action there in the Horsehead bullpen as Mike Williams, the left-handed 5'7" out of Carolina University, is starting to warm up there for the Horseheads.
Seems like it might be a bullpen kind of day for Casper's. 6 runs scored for the Plainsmen. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Lyden. 1-2 misses down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The count now evens up from Too Shady to Carson Lyden.
Carson Lyden you can tell he wanted to bite on that off-speed pitch here. Kind of got the bat rolling, but did a good job, getting back, put that bat on his shoulder. So great job there by Carson Lyden.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Too Shady comes set. Checking on the runners at first and second. Here's the 2-2. That one is swung on, fouled back. So count still 2 balls, 2 strikes from Thomas Too Shady to Carson Lyden. Nate Wendell stands on deck for North Platte. The Plainsmen trying to continue to add on offensively here in the bottom of the third. They now scored 2 runs in every inning thus far. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Too Shady, that one misses outside. Count is now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Carson Lyden. Now 23 pitches for Too Shady so far in this bottom of the third. And still has yet to record an out. It's just been struggling out of the bullpen so far for him. 3-2 pitch to Lyden. That one was going to ring him up on the outer half. Catches the top part of the zone as well. And finally, the Horseheads find an out here in the bottom of the third. First strikeout, first out for Thomas Too Shady. As now this will bring up Nate Wendell, the righty from NOC Tonkawa, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to second base so far in this one. He steps in with 1 away, runners at first and second. The Horseheads trying to limit the damage here in the bottom of the third. Too Shady looks on. Ready for the first pitch here to Nate Wendell. Wendell at the 9 spot, top of the order with LaPalma's due up. First pitch here to Wendell from Too Shady. It's Too Shady giving a long look at Williams at second. That first pitch will miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Thomas Too Shady to Nate Wendell. Again, we're here in the bottom of the third. Plainsmen lead this one 6-0 over the Casper Horseheads. So it's 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch to Wendell. Off speed, catches the zone. Count will even out, 1 ball, 1 strike here from Thomas Too Shady to Nate Wendell. So 1-1 the count. Too Shady kicks and deals to Wendell as both runners take off, and that one is going to be lined into left field. It's down for a base hit. Seth Williams will score. That'll be it. It's an RBI single for Nate Wendell. The Plainsmen add on here in the bottom of the third. They now lead this one 7-0. It has just been all North Platte so far in this one. As Cesar Garcia now stands at second, Wendell at first. Plainsmen have now scored the most runs they've scored in an inning here in the bottom of the third. This brings up top of the order with Reese LaPalma, who's 2 for 2, 2 runs scored, a double and a single. He comes in, runners at first and second, still only one gone in the bottom of the third with the Plainsmen now leading this one 7-0. First pitch to LaPalma, all speed, catches the inside bottom corner. No balls and 1 strike to start out Thomas Tushady to Reese LaPalma.
You know, the interesting stat is there, as you mentioned, LaPalma's third at bat. Here in the bottom of the third, so LaPalma's appeared in.
Here's the 0-1. 0-1 misses low. So it's now 1 ball and 1 strike from Tushady to Reese LaPalma.
You know, LaPalma's been a great hitter so far. A single and a double in this ball game. Triple home run away from the cycle.
1 ball, 1 strike here to Reese LaPalma. As now both runners take off, that pitch misses inside. They will catch Cesar Garcia heading to third. So now 2 gone here in the bottom half of the inning. Nate Wendell is able to advance to second. So now LaPalma at 2 balls and 1 strike here from Thomas Tushady with 2 gone now in the bottom of the third. And Nate Wendell standing at second after his RBI single. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Tushady. That one will miss high and away. So it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Reese LaPalma, the 7th batter for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third.
You know, if you're LaPalma, if the ball is there, you got the green light, but anything that can be called close, you want to leave that bat on your shoulder.
3 balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Tushady, giving a long look at Wendell. 3-1. Will catch the inner half of the plate. A late strike called as LaPalma had begun advancing to first. So count now goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Reese LaPalma. Giancarlo Servine standing on deck. Full count. Tushady trying to get out of the inning. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Wendell takes off for, or begun to take off for third, but since it was a walk, he has to stay put at second. It's a full count walk to Reese LaPalma, who's now reached base all 3 of his plate appearances. And this will bring up Garrett Thompson, who's 0 for 1, a ground out and a walk so far for him.
Early on here for the Plainsmen, it's been a great ball game if you're North Platte. I mean, it's like we mentioned, you had a 4-day break. You split your series up in North Dakota. You come here against Casper, and you're already up 6-0 here, or correction, 7-0 here in the bottom of the third. And you know, that 4-day rest, they've done a really good job to maintain it, but also put it here in the ball on the diamond.
So Thompson now the 8th hitter to come to the plate for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the third. The first pitch to him misses low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Tushady to Garrett Thompson. So 1 ball and no strikes to start out this at-bat. It's been a long game so far. Not even through 3, and we are at an hour and 20 minutes so far between the Plainsmen and the Horseheads. So 1 ball and no strikes. Tushady comes set. Pitch to Thompson, catches the outer bottom corner. So it'll now be 1 ball, 1 strike from Thomas Tushady to Garrett Thompson. Thompson again grounded out to second in the first, walked in the second. He comes in here in the third with 2 gone, runners at first and second. Plainsmen leading this one 7-0. 1-1 pitch on its way. That one is going to be skied up left field. Garcia trying to track it down. He will make the catch just before the foul line. And that will be the end of the inning. But the Plainsmen add on. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, no error. They leave 2 on base. We head to the top of the 4th. Due up for the Horseheads, it'll be Rowe, Garcia, and Fleenor. After 3 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-0. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Quality matters.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails.
Here in North Platte, Nebraska, it's the first of a 3-game series with the Casper Horseheads. The Plainsmen have been dominating so far in this one. They lead this one 7-0 over the Casper Horseheads, and they've been getting it done on both sides, pitching and hitting. It's just been all there for Peyton Leon. He's only allowed 1 base runner on a walk, and he struck out 5. It has been a really good outing for Peyton Leon so far.
You know, we talked about during the break about Peyton Leon, and he is just having a wonderful ball game on the mound for North Platte. And I believe you said in this last game he went through about 6 innings, giving up 1 hit, or I believe 1 run is what you said. My apologies, but having a great outing.
First pitch to Tucker Rowe is fouled off. Count will start out no balls and 1 strike. Tucker Rowe is 0 for 1 with a strikeout so far in this one. Yeah, his last start was June 17th in the 2-1 loss against the Sodbusters. Pitched 6 innings, 1 run, 1 hit, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks. He had a no decision in that contest, as that one will miss low and away. Count will even out, 1 ball, 1 strike here from Leon to Rowe.
Kind of the starts we've seen Leon kind of get in that 1-1 situation before he gets more settled in.
1-1, that one will just miss high and away, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Tucker Rowe. Again, we're here in the top of the 4th. Plainsmen leading the Casper Horseheads 7-0. It's been all Plainsmen so far. Again, Plainsmen trying to fight for that number 1 spot in the Nebraska Land Division, sitting at 13-10. As that one missed, it's now 3 balls and 1 strike. Both top 3 teams have 13 wins. Hastings with 8 losses, Western Nebraska 9, Plainsmen with 10. Here's the 3-1. That one will be popped up foul. Stark is chasing after it. It will land foul. So count now goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Tucker Rowe.
One thing that's fun to kind of watch, you know, the division, the Nebraska side, is how close the 3 teams are to one another. Like, it's just amazing to see that North Platte being half a game back.
3-2 again, a skied up foul. And even with that, you can't forget about the Fremont Moo either, who are not far behind of the Plainsmen as well. It is a 4-team race right now, and when you look at the Great Plains, it's really only between Badlands and Canyon County. Canyon County currently a game behind the Big Sticks in the Great Plains division. Again, the winner of the first half secures a spot in the playoffs. They would host a playoff game. That is not guaranteed for the winner of the second half, as here's the 3-2 pitch to Rowe. It misses low, so it's a leadoff walk to Tucker Rowe.
Back-to-back innings we've seen here for Casper get leadoff walks on the base path here. And, you know, last time we saw it, Peyton Leon, my apologies, has kind of got in groove after that, so trying to do the same thing here.
You mentioned Leon walked Rose to lead off the top of the 3rd, but then 2 straight strikeouts and a flyout retired the next 3 batters as that first pitch is fouled off on the first base side. No balls and 1 strike to start out Peyton Leon to Kenny Garcia. Garcia, the righty, 0 for 1 so far. He grounded out to the second baseman Garcia in his first plate appearance. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-1 misses low and away. So it's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Leon to Garcia.
Interesting move there by Leon a lot of times because the lefty will lift the leg and throw back there. A big lead there by Rowe. Leon thought about the throwback, decided to deliver the pitch.
1-1 pitch on its way. That one is lined sharply to short. Diving stop by Williams. He gets the flip on to second. Throw into first is picked, but not quite in time. So Kenny Garcia will reach on the fielder's choice. Rowe is called out, and now 1 away here in the top of the 4th.
Seth Williams got a good jump on that when the ball actually in and out of the glove, but Williams did a great job recovering. Flip at the second to get the easy force out there. It was a great try to get the first, but you know Kenny Garcia using his guns and speed got on the first here for the fielder's choice, as you mentioned.
And it's a great diving stop by Williams on that play as that one misses high and into Bradley Fleenor, who's 0 for 1 with a flyout so far in this one. He steps in with 1 gone. Garcia now standing at first here in the top of the 4th. 1 ball and no strikes. Leon comes set. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and now he will try to pick him off, and he picks off Garcia over at first. Another great pickoff move by Leon. This time he gets him, and now 2 gone here in the top of the 4th.
See, what I like about watching Leon there is what he'll do is he'll get set, he'll lift up the leg, but he does it a lot with his pitches, so you can't tell if he's going to do a pitch back or if he's going to deliver to the home plate, and that's kind of what he's done, especially those runners on first, to try to be on that balance that you can't tell what he's going to do.
So now 2 gone, 1-0 count to Fleenor. That one catches the outer half of the plate. So now 1 ball and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Bradley Fleenor. Again, for Fleenor, 0 for 1, he flew out to the second baseman Garcia in his first plate appearance. Here's the 1-1. 1-1, a miss upstairs. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Bradley Fleenor. So 2 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. With 2 gone here in the top of the 4th, Plainsmen leading this one 7-0. That one misses high and in. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Bradley Fleenor. Plainsmen trying to find the final out here in the top of the 4th, send it back to their offense, who's scored 2 or more runs in every inning this point. Here's the 3-1 pitch. 3-1 is fouled back to the screen. So count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes from Peyton Leon to Bradley Fleenor.
Fleenor, the first baseman here for the Horseheads. I mean, all it takes is 1 swing of the bat to try to get something rolling here for Casper, but the Plainsman defense doing well.
Full count pitch. That one is going to be lined into center. It's down for the first base hit for the Horseheads in this one. As Bradley Fleenor reaches, it's the first time that, again, a Horsehead has got a hit in this one. The only players that reached were on a walk, a couple walks, and a fielder's choice. First hit of the game for the Horseheads here in the top of the 4th, and this will bring up Mitchell Pollock, who is 0 for 1 with a ground out to the shortstop.
And it's like you mentioned with Pollock here, hasn't been with Casper that long. I believe he's his 2nd game with the program.
First pitch to Pollock skips well in front of the plate, so count will start out 1 ball and no strikes to Peyton Leon to the righty Mitchell Pollock. But for Leon giving up that 2-out single to Fleenor, really no harm done, as he can still get out of the inning here with 2 gone in the top of the 4th. 1 ball and no strikes. Leon comes set, kicks and deals. Fleenor crushes that one into right center field. That one is going back. It bounces off the wall. Fleenor is going to round third. Throw to the plate will not be in time, as now it gets away from Wendell. It's an RBI double for Mitchell Pollock. And the Horseheads get their first run here in the top of the 4th.
That was a good job there by Mitchell Pollock. Kind of just stood in that batter's box, got squared, and drove it to about the right center there, and did a good job there. Just get it between the gaps and let it drop, and try to get something rolling here for the Casper Horseheads here. They trail by 6.
This will bring up Chris Burke, the righty, with 2 gone, a runner now at second. Burke so far in this one is 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the 2nd inning. He comes in with 2 gone. Pollock standing at second after his RBI double. close to getting over, just bounced off the top of the wall out in right center near that 360 sign. First pitch here to Chris Burke. That one will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Chris Burke. So it's now 7-1 Plainsmen here in the top of the 4th. Plainsmen still with a comfortable lead, but still a lot of ball to be played here between the Horseheads and the Plainsmen, as the 1-0 will miss high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes from Peyton Leon to Chris Burke. So 2 balls and no strikes. Leon looks on to Burke. Leon comes set, ready for the 2-0 pitch. He kicks and deals. 2-0 late swing by Burke. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike here from Peyton Leon to Chris Burke.
Yeah, try to get something rolling here for the Plainsmen.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Leon to Burke. 2 gone here in the top of the 4th as that one is fouled back. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2-2 count here for Leon. You got ways to attack the hitter here for Burke.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is going to be swung on and missed. It's a drop third strike. Throw on to first is in time, and that will be the end of the inning. For the Horseheads in the top of the 4th, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Servine, Stark, and Higgs. After 3.5, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
This is Tommy B from the Nebraska Athletic Club here in North Platte, Nebraska. And I want to welcome you to not just North Platte, but to the Nebraska Athletic Club. Nebraska Athletic Club, here we have about 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. Cardiovascular, strength training, multifunctional machines, you name it, we have it. So if you want to come down and give us a try, come down and visit with us, take a tour, we welcome you to come and see us. Again, 8,000 square foot of pure fitness. And one thing I want to let you know is that even though we're probably one of the largest fully equipped, we're also less expensive. Our prices only go from $19.95. And if you're in protective services, which is fire, police, medical, military.
7-1. It's another pitching change here as Mike Williams will take the place of Thomas Tushady. For Tushady, 1 inning pitch, 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 strikeout. He walked 2 and hit 1 batter. Into the game comes Mike Williams. Williams will come and take his place. The lefty will come in. The lefty out of Carolina University stands at 5'7", from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's been really good for the Horseheads so far this season. Has a 1-0 record. Has given up 1 earned run, 2 runs total on 5 hits through 6 1/3. 5 strikeouts, 4 walks in his 4 appearances, all out of the bullpen. He has a 1.42 ERA. He'll come into the game to try to slow down this Plainsman hitting attack. Also, a couple things we've messed up so far on the mic that we'd like to change. Mitchell Pollock, who is listed as number 40 on the Point Streaks roster, we got him confused with Braden Morrow, who is listed as 35 on the roster, which is the number that Jake King is playing for today. So Braden Morrow, number 40, he's standing at third base. Jake King is the center fielder. Apologies, but only so much we can do with the information that is given to us. But thank you to the people on the YouTube comment section for helping us figure that out. We always appreciate the help in that aspect. As the first pitch from Mike Williams to Giancarlo Servine is a swing and a miss. No balls and one strike to start out Mike Williams to Giancarlo Servine.
Try to get a nice off-speed pitch to roll in there.
For Servine, he is 2 for 2. As an RBI, he's scored a run, and he singled in his first appearance back in the first. That pitch will miss outside. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike from Mike Williams to Giancarlo Servine. So again, Jake Carvajal got the start. 2 innings, 4 runs, 6 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Then Thomas Tuchedi, 1 inning, 3 runs, 3 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 1 hit batter. Mike Williams, the lefty, comes in to try to slow things down. As Servine way ahead of that one, it's now 1-2.
As you can see, Servine, they're trying to crack as hard as we can. Mike Williams off-speed pitches, and we've seen now have been one of those kind of a slower ones, so it's harder to get, but he's also kind of a quick pitcher. Pitching out of the windup, just get it rolling. That's kind of his style here, attacking his first batter.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Servine. He check swings at a low pitch. He was able to hold back, so it's 2 balls, 2 strikes from Mike Williams to Giancarlo Servine.
3 off-speed pitches in his first 4 pitches that Servine has seen against Williams.
It's the first time Servine has stepped up not having a runner in scoring position. And here in the bottom of the 4th, here's the 2-2 pitch to Servine. Grounds that one foul on the third base side. So count will remain 2 balls, 2 strikes from Mike Williams to Giancarlo Servine. And Servine really making Williams work in the first batter that he's faced.
But again, a fun battle here between Williams. A different approach than we have seen the first 2 pitchers in this ball games for the Horseheads.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count is even. Williams comes set, kicks and deals to Servine. He just gets a piece of it foul. It is popped up behind the plate. So still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Servine seems to be ahead of a couple of these pitches, as these seems to be a really big change in pitch velocity here from Mike Williams from Thomas Tuchedi. So right now, Plainsman hitters trying to adjust. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mike Williams looks on to Giancarlo Servine. So here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2, that one is again grounded foul on the third base side. So the battle continues between Williams and Servine.
I think another thing that Williams is doing that's kind of messing with Servine is you watch him, he kind of has like a weird pump motion. Every pitcher will throw slightly different, and he's got a little pump motion he'll do as he comes through, and you'll see pitchers do something small like that to kind of throw the batter off.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch off speed to Servine. That one will miss. So count now goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count now goes. Again, nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Long at bat between Williams and Servine to start out this bottom half of the 4th inning, with the Plainsmen leading this one 7-1. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one skips in the dirt. Servine wins the battle. Full count walk. It'll be a leadoff base runner for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 4th.
You know, with Servine taking the at-bat there for Oscar Stark coming up here, you have now seen how Mike Williams is going to attack it, and kind of looking, his pitch selection was more of an off-speed than a fastball. That's kind of how Williams attacked that. You know, Servine was more of an off-speed style.
And that was a 9-pitch at-bat between Mike Williams and Giancarlo Servine. So this will now bring up Oscar Stark, who's 0 for 1. He flew out in the first, walked and scored in the 3rd. He was the first batter to face Thomas Tuchedi, as they will try to pick off Servine, who wasn't even really off the bag to lead off this at-bat. Servine kind of just took one hop back to the base. So a fresh count here to Oscar Stark, the righty from Washington State. Fresh count, here's the pitch to Stark. Off speed, will just catch the inner bottom corner. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Mike Williams to Oscar Stark.
I think one way you'll see the Plainsman hitters attack here is how we've seen some players kind of do that green light first pitch. You might see these Plainsman hitters kind of let a pitch come in just to see what kind of off speed, because that's kind of what we have seen from Williams, our off speed pitches so far.
0-1 to Stark. That one will miss low and away. So count will even out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, Servine led things off here in the bottom of the 4th with a walk. It was a full count walk. Right now, Plainsmen offensively going through the order for the 3rd time so far here this afternoon, only in the bottom of the 4th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Williams comes set, looks on to Oscar Stark. Here's the 1-1 pitch. 1-1 will miss low and inside. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, Williams has been one of the better arms out of the bullpen so far for Casper this season. Just struggling a bit with command here early on for Servine. That's just a really great hitter that he faces. Oscar Stark cranks that one into center field. King will make the catch, and 1 gone here in the bottom of the 4th.
You know, for King, they're kind of funny. He took the step forward, was kind of like, I can just hang out, relax, as you saw that ball went right to his glove there. And, you know, if you're an outfielder, those are your favorite plays. When you're just going to stand there and the ball just flies to you. So good job there from King, kind of not overrunning, underperforming, just read the ball and stayed put right there in center field.
So bring up Connor Higgs, the lefty from Louisiana Lafayette. He's had a solid day at the plate so far. 2 for 2, single and a double, a run, a stolen bag, and an RBI. First pitch to him, off speed, misses low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Mike Williams to Connor Higgs. Lefty to lefty with 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Giancarlo Servine standing at first. His count is at 1 ball, no strikes. Williams comes set, 1-0. That one is going to be lined in the center, and it gets down in front of King for a base hit. Servine stops at second, and now runners at first and second for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 4th. So Connor Higgs is now 3 for 3. Have a day at the plate, Connor Higgs.
It's like you said, Connor Higgs having a heck of a ball game. Been fun to watch today for the Plainsmen.
This will bring up Seth Williams, the lefty. He's 1 for 2 so far today. RBI single for him back in the 3rd. Scored a run in that appearance as well. Stole a base. And he struck out in his first appearance back in the bottom of the 1st. Williams comes set. First pitch to Williams, off speed, misses outside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Mike Williams to Seth Williams.
I think one thing I've kind of watched with Mike Williams here, likes to keep the ball low, trying to see if you can produce a ground ball here for the Horseheads to try to get out of it with no damage done on the board. But that's kind of just my perspective watching Mr. Williams here. He's liking to keep it low, try to produce that ground ball or that slight hit to the outfield for a fly ball.
1 ball, no strikes. That one skips low in the dirt. So it's now 2 balls and no strikes. As you mentioned, I don't know if we've seen a pitch miss high from Mike Williams so far. They've all been low pitches.
Kind of round the knees is where he likes to keep it, just from the perspective, especially when you're an off-speed pitcher, you want to keep it low, and that's exactly what Mike Williams is doing here for Casper.
2 balls and no strikes. Pitch to Williams. That one misses upstairs. It's right after we say that, of course, one misses upstairs. So it's now 3 balls and no strikes from Mike to Seth Williams. As Williams trying to avoid walking the bases loaded here after the single by Higgs. 3-0, that one is struck well into left center. Garcia, the left fielder, chasing after it. He makes the catch. Now 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th, and a rare swing on a 3-0 pitch. It's now 2 gone here in the bottom of the 4th.
Left fielder there, Kenny Garcia, having a pretty good ball game, making a couple catches here for the Casper Horseheads. Does a great job reading it, but I liked what King there. You kind of saw King was getting ready to back up the play, and you know, when you're an outfield, that's kind of the high heads up there as you want to back up. But Kenny Garcia having a pretty good ball game in left field for Casper.
So bring up Cesar Garcia, up for his 3rd time in the last 3 innings. His first plate appearance was a magnificent one as the first pitch catches the inside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike, the count will start. Cesar Garcia back in the 2nd had a single, 2 stolen bags, and scored on the E2. He was also hit by a pitch in his last appearance back in the 3rd. No balls and 1 strike, the count starts here from Mike Williams to Cesar Garcia. 0-1 pitch, that one will miss high. So count evens out, 1 ball and 1 strike from Mike Williams to Garcia. Again, Garcia just trying to take advantage here with 2 runners standing at first and second. Again, Plainsmen have scored in every inning up to this point, trying to avoid their first time not scoring, as that one will miss inside. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Again, we're glad to have you here joining us for this beautiful Friday. It's a little hot, very hot, but it's a good baseball game.
2 balls, 1 strike to Garcia. He swings and misses at that one. It is supposed to cool down a little bit the next 2 days. High of 82 tomorrow. And then, knock on wood, but it's a high of 75 on Sunday.
Oh, where's the wood? Got to knock on it. It's kind of some of the cooler games. We've seen hundreds, here in North Platte the last couple weeks, high 90s, hundreds, low hundreds. So I don't know if Casper's been the same way, but cool baseball coming up for both teams.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Garcia, and that one is going to be lined into center field, but it's going to be right to King. So that will be the end of the inning for the Plainsmen. First time they don't score in this one. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 2 on base. We head to the top of the 5th. Due up for the Horseheads in that top half of the inning. It'll be the bottom of the order with Rose, Conklin, and King. After 4 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Beef.com and whole, half, quarter, or 8 beef.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hidner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hidner's Nursery, Lawn, and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
Back here for the top of the 5th. We're through 4 complete. The Plainsmen leading in this one 7-1 as we start out this top half of the 5th inning. John Willis and Cannon Rath with you on Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android, as well as our YouTube channel, North Platte Plainsmen. Ethan Rose, the lefty, will lead things off for the Horseheads here in the top of the 5th. He swings and misses at that first pitch from Peyton Leon. So count will start out 0 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Ethan Rose. For Leon, he's pitched 4 innings thus far, 1 run, 2 hits. He's struck out 6 batters and walked 2. There's another swing and a miss, so now 0 balls and 2 strikes. Defensive change, Cade Wood takes over for Seth Williams over at short. So Cade Wood will likely take his place in the batting order as well when we come back to it. 0 balls and 2 strikes here to Rose. That one misses upstairs. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Ethan Rose. Again, we're here in the top of the 5th. Plainsmen leading this one 7-1. They're out hitting the Horseheads 10-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one will be swung out and fouled off the mask of Wendell. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
It's a good place pitch there by Leon. Rose took it, got the swing, made contact. So for Ethan Rose here, doing what he can to try to stay battle alive here. You know, earlier I mentioned 1 swing of the bats got it in. What we saw in the last inning, as Casper got a couple beautiful plays that ended up getting a run here. So being that leadoff hitter, you know, Mr. Rose here trying to do anything in his power to get on the base path to try to get this momentum swing for the Horseheads.
1 ball and 2 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Ethan Rose, leading off the top half of the 5th inning, with Casper trailing this one by 6. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Leon. That one is lined sharply and to Wood at short. Throws it on to first. It's in time. So nice contact by Rose. That one just went right to Cade Wood, and now 1 retired here in the top of the 5th.
Cade Wood's first out he sees. Nice play by Wood to get it to Stark in time for the out there.
So bring up Logan Conklin, the righty catcher. 0 for 1 he is so far today with a strikeout. He steps in with 1 gone in the top of the 5th. Lefty to righty with the bases empty. Here's the first pitch to Conklin. That one is going to be cranked into left field, but it's right to Leiden. So quickly 2 gone now here in the top of the 5th.
You know, Carson Leiden's first day here in North Platte, first game, gets a base hit there, but also does a good job with the catch there in left field. They record the second out here. in the top of the 5th.
So some solid contact by the Horseheads here in the 5th. They've just been right to Plainsman defenders so far. So this will bring up Jake King, the lefty, who's 0 for 1 as well with a strikeout in this one, the 9-hitter. Lefty to lefty with 2 gone, nobody on for the Horseheads here in the top of the 5th. Leon comes set, ready for the first pitch here to King. That one on its way. Check swing, but it was in there. So no balls and 1 strike to start out Peyton Leon to Jake King. For Peyton Leon, he's had 3 up, 3 down innings against the Horseheads so far in this one. As that one will miss a little down low. So now 1 ball and 1 strikes here from Peyton Leon to Jake King.
Jake King said his name a couple times, doing a great job on that center field and trying to do something as power to get on the base path here for the Horseheads.
1-1, that one skips in the dirt, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Jake King.
There.
You can see he wanted to go a little bit, but was able to check up on it.
That's the one thing both teams have done pretty well in this ball game, is Kevin Goodeyes on those off-speed pitches in the dirt.
2 balls and 1 strike. Leon comes set. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 2-1 misses upstairs. It's now 3 balls and 1 strike from Peyton Leon to Jake King. Leon has walked at least 1 in the last 2 innings after not walking anybody in the first 2, trying to avoid walking King with 2 out in the 5th. 3-1, that one will miss upstairs. It's the 3rd walk for Peyton Leon, and now the Horseheads have a 2-out base runner. So now this will bring up Dylan Baker back to the top of the order for the Horseheads. Dylan Baker's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout to center, and out comes head coach J.M. Kelly to talk with Peyton Leon.
Dylan Baker so far 0 for 2 in the ball game with a strikeout, and he flew out the center field back in the top of the 3rd. But Baker's got a good situation as you have Jake King standing on first here. There is 2 outs, but you're in the top of the order there, and that's kind of one of your favorite situations to be, is try to get something rolling at that top of the order.
And the top of the order has somewhat struggled. The top of the order has yet to record a hit, but only 2 hits have come across for the Horseheads so far in this one. For Peyton Leon, he now stands at 86 pitches. As we'll see if he's able to finish out this inning, how much longer he'll go. His longest outing of the year was his last game, which was 6 innings. It was technically 2 innings on June 9th, 4 innings then on June 17th when they resumed the game. So this is his longest one-day outing so far this season. As he looks on to Dylan Baker as J.M. Kelly heads back to the dugout. Leon and the Plainsmen trying to find the last out here in the top of the 5th as that first pitch misses well high. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. One ball and no strikes. Jake King stands at first after his walk. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Baker. That one thrown down the heart of the plate. It'll even out the count. 1 ball and 1 strike.
It's a good pitch there by Peyton Leon, just like he said, heart of the plate there. And kind of watching Jake King a little bit. Was watching that leg just for the pickoff attempt, but Leon pushed forward.
1-1. That one is swung on, popped up foul on the first base side. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes now from Peyton Leon to Dylan Baker. Again, Leon trying to find this final out. He struck out 6 so far through 4 2/3. He comes in with 2 gone here in the top of the 5th with Jake King standing at first. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Leon kicks and deals. That one is going to be swung on. Struck into left field. Lyden makes the catch. And that'll be the end of the top of the 5th. Horseheads score no runs on no hits, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Lyden, Wendell, and LaPoma. After 4 1/2, the Plainsmen still lead this one 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Team, the North Platte Plainsmen, as we open our inaugural season on May 24th at historic Billwood Field. Join the fun as the Plainsmen play 32 home games filled with food, fireworks, giveaways, and affordable family fun, along with the very best in summer collegiate baseball. Our inaugural season.
This is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's? Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte, order online at Domino's.com, or call us at 308-534-0400. That's 308-534-0400. Domino's.
That's 252-1445. Go Plainsmen.
Back here in the bottom of the fifth, it's been a long game so far between the Plainsmen and the Horseheads. So the Plainsmen lead this one 7-1 as we start out this bottom half of the fifth inning. Carson Leiden, the new face to the Plainsmen organization, will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the fifth, facing Mike Williams, who's ready for his second inning of work against the Plainsmen. The lefty comes set, looks onto the lefty line in first pitch. Big swing and a miss, no balls and one strike. The count will start here from Mike Williams to Carson Leiden. And you mentioned during the break, Cannon, that for Williams, this stuff is probably kind of hard to hit because he has just really slowed the pace down with his pitches as the 0-1. That one is going to be lined into right field. It's the second hit for Leiden here today. He now stands at first.
Yeah, like, we've seen a lot of these Plainsmen batters when they go up against Williams. Williams likes to throw an off-speed pitch his first pitch. He's kind of going back to my baseball days. That's how I was more of a 75% off-speed pitcher, so that's kind of like I like watching him, is you don't start with the fastball. And I've seen him throw what looks like a curveball and a slider at least, is from my perspective, and that's what's kind of getting, because it's making the Plainsmen go, well, is he going to throw an off-speed or a fastball? So Mike Williams is doing a great job keeping on their toes for first pitch.
So bring up Nate Windle. He looks at a first pitch high from Williams after the leadoff single by Carson Leiden. Nate Windle is 1 for 2. Had an RBI single and a stolen base back in the third, and then flew out to the second baseman, Burke, back in the second. 1-0, that one is going to be grounded to short. Baker flips it on to second, throwing to first is in time. It's a 6-4-3 double play. That's what you need right there for Casper after the leadoff single, and now 2 gone here in the bottom of the fifth.
Baker did a good job there, kind of one of those plays there, got on the knee, flipped it to second, they got the first in time. Beautiful job there by Baker to get the double play ball to get a quick 2 outs here for Casper in the bottom of the fifth.
This will bring up Reese LaPoma, who's reached base all 3 times he's been up. A single, a double, 2 runs scored, a stolen base for him as well. He walked in his last appearance back in the bottom of the third. LaPoma stands in with 2 gone, nobody on here in the bottom of the fifth, with the Plainsmen leading this one 7-1. First pitch off speed again, no balls and 1 strike to start out Mike Williams to Reese LaPoma. Is a pitcher getting warm in the Casper bullpen as after the short start by Jake Carvajal, kind of expected this to be a bullpen kind of day for the Horseheads as that one is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Mike Williams to Reese LaPoma. So 0-2 the count.
And you can just watching Mike Williams approach, he likes to be a fast-paced pitcher with his slow speeds because he'll step off aggressively if
0-2 pitch skips in the dirt. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Kind of going back to what I said, if you watch him, he'll get set up real fast, but if you watch the hitter, if they take a break, he'll just step off real fast. And once you see that batter square in the box, he's back on that rubber getting ready to go.
So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Mike Williams looking on to Reese LaPoma with 2 gone here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the 1-2 pitch. 1-2 is swung on and missed. It's the first strikeout for Mike Williams, and Williams has done a good job so far. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave nobody on base in the bottom of the fifth. We head to the top of the 6th. Do it for the Horseheads. It'll be Rowe, Garcia, and Fleenor. After 5 complete, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
A career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3-ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation. How many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents.
Get seasoned advice from Hibner's trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hibner's Nursery, Lawn, and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
Back here through 5 complete, ready for the top of the 6th. It's our first pitching change, brought to you by Runza. Micah Ford will take the place of Peyton Leon. His first pitch to Rowe is grounded on to short. Wood is on it, throwing to first is in time. Quickly, 1 retired here in the top of the 6th, so nice start for Micah Ford. For Peyton Leon, what a start he had. 5 innings, 1 run on 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Micah Ford, who's now pitched a third of an inning. He's gotten 2 starts, 6 appearances, 14 earned runs, 18 runs total, 29 hits, 12 strikeouts, 7 walks, 1-1 record, 1 save, and an 8.40 ERA. First pitch will miss. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Kenny Garcia. Garcia comes in with 1 gone after the leadoff ground out by Rowe. As that one is going to be grounded to third. Servine throw on to first is high. Stark can't glove it, and so Garcia will reach. It's the first error of the game for the Plainsmen.
Kind of a play there. You notice Kenny Garcia got that chopper rolling, kind of a high one there, but Servine, watching his release point, released it a little too high than he wanted to, but Garcia trying to show some speed off there, so sometimes in those situations, the quicker you get it off is how you want to do it.
So bring up Bradley Fleenor, the lefty, who's 1 for 2. Fly out for him in the 2nd, a single and a score for him in the 4th. First pitch to him, skied up, foul out of play. No balls and 1 strike to start out Micah Ford to Bradley Fleenor. It's the 5th relief appearance of the season for Micah Ford so far this summer for the Plainsmen. His 2 starts were early in the summer, as now he will try to pick off Kenny Garcia, but Garcia's back in there safely. So still no balls and 1 strike from Ford to Fleenor. No balls and 1 strike. Ford comes set. Here's the 0-1 pitch. 0-1 will miss. So count will even out 1 ball and 1 strike. And Fleenor, the lefty, trying to get some scoring started. We're here in the top of the 6th. The Horseheads trailing 7-1 to the Plainsmen. That one is going to be lifted into deep right field. Higgs is chasing after it. He'll make the catch near the warning track. 2 gone now, and retreating is Garcia back to first. Nice play out and right by Connor Higgs.
It's like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Casper is getting good contact on the baseball. It's just they're hitting it kind of in the general area where the Plainsman outfielders are, but sometimes in situation, if you just, key up, hit it, doesn't go your way, but it's like you said, Casper's been hitting the baseball pretty well in this game.
This will bring up Braden Morrow, the righty, with 2 gone. Here in the top of the 6th, first pitch is a strike to him. For Morrow, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI double back in the 4th. He also grounded out to short in the 2nd. He steps in with 2 gone here in the top of the 6th, and Kenny Garcia standing at first. No balls and 1 strike. Ford comes set. Here's the 0-1. 0-1 is fouled off and out of play, so it's now no balls and 2 strikes.
For Micah here, you got options to play with. 0-2 count, 2 outs here. Off-speed pitch, high fastball. I guess it's just the personal preference with him and catcher Nate Wendell decide to go on here.
No balls and 2 strikes for tomorrow. He swings and misses at that first one, and that will end off the inning. First strikeout for Micah Ford. That'll be the end of the top of the 6th for the Horseheads. No runs on no hits, 1 error. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Thompson, Servine, and Stork. After 5.5, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life, drawing 7 days a week.
Even though we're probably one of the largest, fully equipped, we're also less expensive.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hiddeners' trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hiddeners Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwich.
The Plainsmen leading in this one 7-1. It's the 4th new pitcher for the Casper Horseheads so far in this one. Mike Williams ends up going 2 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. Into the game comes Addison Southwick, the 6'1 righty, plays his college ball at Augustana College. He'll come in here in the bottom of the 6th, the 4th pitcher to be used by the Horseheads. 6 appearances for him. He's pitched 9 2/3, 3 earned runs, 5 runs total, 11 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. He has a 2-0 record and a 2.79 ERA. He faces Garrett Thompson to lead off his relief appearance against the Plainsmen. First pitch to Thompson will miss upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Addison Southwick to Garrett Thompson.
Give credit. Mike Williams, the previous pitcher, did an awesome job for the Horseheads in his 2 innings pitch there. Little low inside there for the Plainsmen.
So it's now 2 balls, no strikes to start out Southwick's appearance to Garrett Thompson. Thompson 0 for 2, ground out in a flyout. He did reach on a walk back in the 2nd. As he fouls that one back to the screen, it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Southwick to Thompson. Again, Southwick, the 4th pitcher used by the Horseheads here this afternoon after Jake Carvajal got the start. Him and Mike Williams both went 2 innings, and Thomas Tushady went 1 inning. 2 balls and 1 strike. Southwick kicks and deals. Thompson fouls that one back. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Southwick here's got a couple ways to play with here. A couple pitches, only 2-2 count there. We've seen the umpire really like the inside corner on the handiness of the batter, whether they're left or right-handed, so something you might think about attacking.
2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch to Thompson. That one is going to ring him up on the outer bottom corner. It's the first strikeout for Addison Southwick on the first batter he faces. And ever since that third inning, the pitchers have really improved for the Horseheads.
Kind of just got into the groove there. I mean, the Horseheads getting some velocity, kind of get in their spots. So sometimes a rough start is kind of the click of the change to get back in the game. And Mike Williams and now Addison here both doing a pretty solid job early here.
This will bring up Giancarlo Servine. Servine, RBI single form in his first appearance. He also walked in his last appearance in the bottom of the fourth. First pitch will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Addison Southwick to Giancarlo Servine. Oscar Stark stands on deck with 1 gone in the bottom of the sixth. Plainsmen leading this one 7-1. 1-0 pitch. That one a chopped grounder to short. Baker's on it. Throw off 1 foot is in time to first. And 2 quickly retired here in the bottom of the sixth.
Put another one in Baker's name. In the last inning, we saw the double play, and Baker did a good job. It was a chopper, charged that, and did a great job to get that ball to first in time for the second out here in the inning.
So bring up Oscar Stark. Oscar Stark is 0 for 2. 2 flyouts for him. He did walk and score back in the bottom of the third. The righty from Washington State comes in with 2 gone. Nobody on for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth. With the Plainsmen up on the Horseheads 7-1. First pitch to Stark. That one is swung on, popped up, foul and out of play. So count will start out no balls and 1 strike. Again, Plainsmen coming into this one, fighting for their playoff lives. Again, if they were to win the first half of the Nebraska Land Division, they would get to host a playoff game in late July, early August. That pitch will miss inside. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike.
And the best part is there's an absolute battle for that first spot between the Plainsmen, the Sodbusters, Fremont, and Western Nebraska.
That pitch will miss just a little low and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. You mentioned for Western Nebraska, they're half a game out of first. North Platte is 1 game. Fremont is 2 games. And even Nebraska prospects technically aren't completely out of it. They're just 2.5 games behind. As here's the 2-1 pitch here to Oscar Stark. 2-1. That one is struck well into deep center field. Going back on it and making a nice running catch is King. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the sixth. So Plainsmen go 3 up, 3 down. We head to the top of the seventh. 2 up for the Horseheads. It'll be Burke, Rose, and Conklin. After 6 complete, Plainsmen still up 7-1. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
I'm John Willis.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
We'd love it if you could make it out to Billwood.
Things for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice for group transportation when you travel locally or across the country. Adventure to great places.
Your home. We are committed to.
Why do they call it peg leg?
The brewmaster does only have 1 leg.
I heard it happened many years ago. He was out there looking for the Floridian barley plant. Alligator snatched his leg right off, but he killed that alligator, kept the barley. That's why the beer is so good.
That's what I heard. He was a mad scientist, but he had a huge explosion. So to save his life, he hid behind a keg of beer, but he did lose his leg.
No, you have it all wrong. He was on his way home from brew school one day. He met a bear. He had to fight that bear off with a beer bottle.
Boys, this is a vasectomy gone wrong.
Of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken.
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte.
Complete. John Willis and Cannon Rath with you on Citrus 3, our mobile app available on Android and our YouTube channel. We'd like to thank anybody for tuning in to today's broadcast. It's our first of 4 straight home games. Tomorrow and Sunday, it'll be 3:08 against the Casper Horseheads. This here's the first pitch from Micah Ford to Chris Burke. It's swung on and missed, no balls and 1 strike. Then the Plainsmen will close out the first half of the season with a 6:35 game against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. 0-1 the pitch. That one is swung on and missed. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. And that game, if things go a certain way, could very well decide the winner of the first half. We'll get into that in a second, as here's the 0-2 pitch. That is a chopped grounder to short. Long throw for Cade Wood. Throw on to first. It'll be, just not in time, as Chris Burke is able to beat it out. That one was just deep enough to Cade Wood. It's an infield single for Chris Burke to lead off the top of the 7th.
Chris Burke, that was good speed on his end. I mean, Cade Wood played that ball amazing and gunned it to start, but Chris Burke got a good jump off the ball once it got bounced and just did a great job with that infield single on that one.
So now that we have a sec, we'll get you a look at that competitive Nebraska Land Division. This will bring up Ethan Rose.
Oscar Stark switching gloves out there.
Stark, who stands at first base, might have broken in his glove on that throw back to first base. Ethan Rose steps in, who has walked and grounded out so far in his 2 plate appearances, but Hastings currently stands in first place. They're at 13-8. The Western Nebraska Pioneers, they stand in second at 13-9. Plainsmen are at third at 13-10. Fremont right behind them at 11-10, with the Nebraska Prospects at 8-8. As here's the first pitch here to Ethan Rose. That one is cut on and missed. No balls and 1 strike.
Going back to what you're saying, that's what makes these leagues fun, is when it's competitive between all the teams in the division who can all make a shot and a run for when it comes to postseason play.
No balls and 1 strike here. Micah Ford to Ethan Rose. That one is swung on, skied up foul territory. It'll get out of play. So still no balls and 2 strikes. For the Hastings Sodbusters, they are getting ready for some games with the Nebraska Prospects. They play at 6:35 tonight, so Plainsman, huge Prospects fan. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one is swung on and missed. It's the second strikeout for Micah Ford. And now 1 retired here in the top of the 7th.
The Prospects plays Hastings tough. The last time the 2 teams played, 2 of the 3 games were decided by a walk-off from Hastings. So, I mean, the Prospects played the Sodbusters tough. And, if you're Nebraska Prospects, hopefully this weekend will make it your turn to finally get in the W in the column.
You mentioned it was actually all 3 games in that series that was a walk-off. One of them on a walk-off bases-loaded walk for Nebraska Prospects facing the Hastings Sodbusters. At that first pitch to Logan Conklin misses. So count will start out 1 ball and no strikes. Micah Ford now to Conklin, off speed, catches the inner half of the plate. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike. So again, Plainsmen will be huge Pioneer fans this weekend. Western Nebraska plays Canyon County, but for the Plainsmen, if they can get Hastings to lose 1 or 2, as that one misses inside, 2 balls and 1 strike, and they take care of business against Casper, then you might set up a battle for who wins the division on Monday against Western Nebraska, depending on how Western Nebraska does against Canyon County, as there's a swing and a miss from Conklin. Count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. Burke stands at first after his leadoff infield single. Rose just struck out. Here's the 2-2 pitch. 2-2 misses high. It's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Micah Ford to Logan Conklin. So it is a jam-packed weekend for the Plainsmen, and an important weekend, maybe one of the most important of the season. As it's 3 balls, 2 strikes to Conklin. That one is going to hit him. So now runners at first and second for Casper here in the top of the 7th.
1 out here, and if you're Casper, that's what you like. You like to see the runners on the base path here, as Jake King's going to come up to hit here for the Horseheads. Kind of do some observation. Another bullpen pitcher warming up there for the Horseheads.
And Jake King, the lefty, he is 0 for 1. He struck out in the 3rd and then walked back in the 5th. He comes in with Conklin at first, Burke at second. First pitch to him. That one is swung on, grounded, and through into center field for a base hit. Chris Burke is rounding 3rd. The ball now gets behind Thompson in center. So a run will score. Runners now at 2nd and 3rd. Still only 1 gone in the top of the 7th.
Jake King did a great job poking the ball right up the middle. Split between Garcia and Wood. Ended up in green grass there. And give him an RBI in his name.
So Jake King with the RBI single. He reaches 2nd on the E8. As now runners at 2nd and 3rd with top of the order and a new hitter here. Dylan Baker will be pinch hit for. Get you the name of that new hitter here in a sec, as that first pitch will miss inside. Count will start out 1 ball and no strikes. This is Brayton Wilms, the 6'2 righty from University of Colorado, Colorado Springs. Brayton Wilms comes in with 1 gone. Runners at second and third. It's now 2 balls and no strikes.
Colorado Springs are a pretty solid baseball team in the RMAC at the Division II level.
So Brayton Wilms gets the count to start at 2-0. Now assistant coach Eric Sandos will come and talk with Micah Ford as the Horseheads trying to cut this lead. It's 7-2 here in the top of the 7th. Plainsmen have struggled offensively ever since the 3rd. Put up a lot of zeros since those 7 runs were scored through the first 3 innings. Again, Brayton Wilms taking the place of Dylan Baker. Brayton Wilms, through 8 games, he's batting .115. He scored 3 runs, 1 double, 3 RBIs, and 11 strikeouts so far for Brayton Wilms this season. The meeting of the minds convenes as assistant coach Eric Sandos will head back to the dugout. 1 gone. Jake King stands at second. Logan Conklin at third. Brayton Wilms in the batter's box with 1 gone here in the top of the 7th. Plainsmen leading this one 7-2. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is fouled back to the screen. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Micah Ford to Brayton Wilms.
You know, Wilms is in a good position here. You got runners at second and third. No out, or correction, 1 out, my apologies. This is a good spot for Wilms.
2 balls and 1 strike looking on to Wilms. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one will be in there for a strike. So after the meeting with assistant coach Eric Sandos, he's able to find the strike zone 2 straight times. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes from Micah Ford to Brayton Wilms. He now comes set, ready for the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Micah Ford, he kicks and deals the 2-2. 2-2, swung on, fouled back to the screen, so count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a good way to battle. Wilms is doing just a good job just putting any contact with the barrel in the bat, just keep it going.
Again, Plainsmen, you still feel comfortable here, but if Casper can score the 2 in scoring position here, then things start to get a little interesting. As here's the 2-2 pitch from Ford. That one will be swung on and missed. It's the 3rd strikeout for Micah Ford, and now 2 gone in the top of the 7th. Chance for the Plainsmen to get out of it. So this will bring up Tucker Rowe. Rowe is 0 for 2 in this one. A strikeout in the 1st, a ground out in the 6th, and then did reach on a walk back in the 4th. Big spot here for the Horseheads with runners at second and third, 2 gone in the top of the 7th. The Horseheads trailing by 5. Micah Ford comes set, ready for the first pitch. That one will catch the inner half of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to start out Micah Ford to Tucker Rowe. Rowe is the 6th batter to come up to the plate for the Horseheads here in the top of the 7th. No balls and 1 strike. Ford kicks and deals. 0-1. Catches the outer bottom corner. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. As now Luke Franzen will go and talk with the dugout of Casper, possibly giving them a warning. Maybe some chirping going on from the Casper dugout, not liking the placement of the strike call there on the 0-1. It's now no balls and 2 strikes here. Micah Ford to Tucker Rowe. Ford comes set, ready for the 0-2 pitch. Trying to get out of the inning. Here's the 0-2. 0-2, that one is swung on and lined into right field. Coming up and not making the catch is Connor Higgs. 1 run will score, a 2nd is on its way. And the Horseheads have made it a 3-run game here in the top of the 7th off the 2 RBI single by Tucker Rowe.
Beautiful hit there, Rowe. I mean, didn't hit it hard, just made contact and got the drop there in that right field. So give him a 2 RBI single there, and it's like you said, it cuts the lead down. Plainsmen lead by 3, but now Casper is making this an interesting ball game.
So bring up Kenny Garcia, who's reached base twice, but on an error and a fielder's choice. He did ground out back in the 1st. First pitch is a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Micah Ford to Kenny Garcia. So it's now 7-4 here in the top of the 7th. Plainsmen leading this one as Casper scored 3 here in the top half of the inning. That one is grounded to Cervini, flips it on to second, and that will end off the inning. But they're able to cut the lead. They score 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Due up for the Plainsmen, it'll be Higgs, Williams, and Garcia after 6.5. The Plainsmen lead this one 7-4. It's North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Developing Memories is proud to be
Birdwood Beef, we are pleased to offer you the beef our family has raised and loved for years, and we are here to ensure you know exactly where your beef comes from. Our cattle are raised on vast grassland pastures in the Nebraska Sandhills and are finished on grain produced on our farm. As a result, we produce well-marbled, high-quality beef. Birdwood Beef has one primary source, Star Cattle Company, our family farm and ranch since 1912, located right here in Lincoln County. We currently sell dry-age individual cuts and bundles online at birdwoodbeef.com and whole, half, quarter, or eighth beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska. We also ship nationwide every Monday. Place your order today at birdwoodbeef.com and follow Birdwood Beef on Facebook and Instagram to learn more about your local beef producer. Birdwood Beef, ranch-raised, grain-finished Nebraska beef.
and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleanings, plus any dental care in
Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
roots and take hold. And how
Things for certain. This year, you're going places, and Adventure Bus and Charter can take you in style. Choose from a variety of coaches for large groups, youth groups, church groups, any group. With several locations in the heart of America, Adventure Bus is the convenient choice
For the Horseheads, as we start out the bottom of the 7th, Quinn Holcomb will replace Addison Southwick. Southwick did a quality job. 1 inning pitched for him, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and no walks. Into the game will come Quinn Holcomb, the 6'3" righty, plays his college ball at Skidmore College. He comes in to face the Plainsmen, who have quieted the bats since the 3rd inning after scoring 2 runs in the 1st and 2nd, 3 in the 3rd, haven't scored since. For Quinn Holcomb so far this season, 3 appearances, all out of the bullpen, pitched 5 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 runs total, 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, no record, and a 5.40 ERA. He'll come in to face Connor Higgs to lead things off. Higgs is having a really productive day. 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, a run scored, a stolen base, and an RBI. The lefty will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th. Facing Quinn Holcomb, the 5th pitcher now used for the Horseheads here in this one. First pitch here from Holcomb. That one will miss low and in. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Holcomb to Higgs.
It's kind of an interesting move if you think about it with the Horseheads. I mean, we've seen a couple different pitchers in the ballgame. Mike Williams did really well. Ashton Southwick. It's just kind of an interesting move.
1 ball and no strikes to Higgs. That one will miss low. It's now 2 balls and no strikes to start out Quinn Holcomb to Connor Higgs, especially now that Casper's made it closer. You might have thought they might have kept it with the pitcher who had the hot hand, which was Addison Southwick, but they will turn things over to Quinn Holcomb. 2 balls and no strikes to Connor Higgs. Fastball is in there for a strike, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike from Quinn Holcomb to Connor Higgs.
It's a good pitch. Just use the velocity to steer that heater right in there into the glove.
2 balls and 1 strike now from Quinn Holcomb to Connor Higgs as he kicks and deals. 2-1. That one is struck into left field. Garcia chasing after it, working into foul territory. He will not be able to make the catch as it lands foul. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Connor Higgs.
Plainsman making Garcia working down that left field side, making a couple good catches out there, but also chasing a handful of balls down in the foul territory.
So Quinn Holcomb, after getting behind early 2-0, has been able to even out the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cade Wood stands on deck. He'll be taking the place of Seth Williams. We saw that defensively. So it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here is the pitch from Holcomb. That one will skip in the dirt. Count goes full. So 2 balls, 2 strikes to Connor Higgs. Brayton Wilms also taking the place of Baker over at short. Chains defensively for the Horseheads after Wilms pinch hit for Baker. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Higgs. Here's the pitch. 3-2. That one is grounded to second. Burke is not able to field it as he gets past him into right field. And it's a leadoff base runner for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th.
You know, it's been a little bit since North Platte getting their leadoff hitter on the bag there. So good job there for the Plainsmen, get the leadoff hitter on.
So this will bring up Cade Wood again. He's taking the place of Seth Williams. Wood, the righty from Ranger Junior College, steps in with nobody out, and now a runner on first for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 7th. As Holcomb comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Wood. That one will be swung out, a foul back. No balls and 1 strike. The count will start. For Cade Wood, through 19 games, he's batting .247, 13 runs scored, 2 doubles, 1 home run, 9 RBIs for him on the season. For Seth Williams, he ends up on the day 1 for 3 with an RBI single, a run scored, a strikeout, and a flyout. No balls and 1 strike here to Cade Wood. Here's the pitch as now Connor Higgs takes off for second. That pitch misses inside as a successful stolen base for Connor Higgs. It's his second stolen base of this one. That ended up being called a strike by Luke Franzen. So it's no balls and 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Cade Wood.
You definitely could tell North Platte loves to steal the base paths, seeing it a lot today. As you mentioned earlier, the leaders in the Independence League.
No balls and 2 strikes. Holcomb comes set, looks on to Wood. Here's the 0-2. 0-2, that one is going to be struck well into center field. King gets a read on it, he makes the catch. Higgs tagged for a second but did not advance to third as it was a great throw by King back in. And so now 1 retired here in the bottom of the 7th.
Jake King did a great job tracking the ball down, and it was a beautiful throw to the third. So yeah, Jake King's got a cannon of an arm out there.
This will bring up Cesar Garcia, who's reached base 2 of 3 times up to this point. Singled, stole 2 bags, and scored in the second. Was hit by a pitch in the third and then flew out in the 4th. Like you said, the offense has kind of quieted down as this is his first appearance since the 4th after appearing in 3 straight innings. He comes in with 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch will miss inside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Quinn Holcomb to Cesar Garcia. Again, Garcia coming in with 1 gone. Connor Higgs standing at second. As Holcomb comes set, ready for the 1-0. Here's the pitch. Garcia fouls that one back to the screen. It's now 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, I agree with you. Kind of telling the offense has slowed down for North Platte, but on the defensive side for Casper has started to come to life here in this game, and overall it's been settled down to kind of become just a good ball game minus the first couple innings.
Plainsmen again leading this one 7-4 here in the bottom of the 7th. 1 gone, a runner on second. 1 ball and 1 strike. Quinn Holcomb comes set. Here is the 1-1 pitch to Garcia. That one is swung on, popped up, foul and out of play. So count is 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So yeah, 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Kind of a couple pitches to play with here for Garcia standing there in the right batter's box.
1-2, Quinn Holcomb looks on to Garcia. Again with Connor Higgs standing at second. Carson Leiden on deck. 1-2, Holcomb comes set. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Garcia looks at a low. Ball 2 is now Connor Higgs will take third. No throw over to third. It's the second stolen base in this appearance for Connor Higgs. He now stands at third.
Beautiful jump there on Higgs. I mean, third baseman Damon Cecil was a little too late there, but beautiful jump there on Connor Higgs.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Quinn Holcomb to Cesar Garcia with Connor Higgs now standing 90 feet away. So now the infield will come in for the Horseheads with only 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Plainsmen trying to get some insurance before heading into the last couple innings as here's the 2-2 pitch here to Garcia. 2-2 will miss low. It's now full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Cesar Garcia. So count is full with 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. The Horseheads scored 3 in the top half of the inning. Plainsmen trying to answer. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Holcomb comes set. 3-2 pitch to Garcia. That one is swung on and fouled back. So count still 3 balls and 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Cesar Garcia.
Quinn Holcomb doing a pretty good job keeping the ball there. I mean, it's getting Garcia to swing, just not swinging. Just swinging a little too late there. Let's keep foul tipping it back here. But full count here for Garcia.
Important pitch here with 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 3-2 pitch. That one was high. Walk isn't the worst thing in the world, though, as it would set up a potential inning double play. But Carson Lyden, who's been hot today, steps in. Lyden in his Plainsman debut is 2 for 3, 2 singles, and a strikeout so far. He comes in with Garcia at first, Connor Higgs standing at third. With 1 gone in the bottom of the 7th, Plainsman leading this one by 3, 7-4. So Holcomb in a big spot here for the Horseheads, trying to keep this game where it is after cutting the lead in the top half of the inning. So Holcomb comes set, ready for the first pitch here to Lyden. That pitch will catch the bottom part of the zone. No balls and 1 strike to start out Quinn Holcomb to Carson Lyden.
You know, the part situation is you got to watch the defensive attack here. If you do see Garcia take off with Higgs standing over there at third, so there's always that as the steal opportunity to try to send a runner home, just depending how you want to attack it defensively.
Lyden was caught stealing in his first appearance back in the 2nd. As here is the 0-1 here to Lyden. Big swing and a miss. It's now no balls and 2 strikes. Holcomb looking on, trying to get the 2nd out of the inning here in the bottom of the 7th, preferably at the plate if you're Casper, with Connor Higgs standing at third. No balls and 2 strikes. Holcomb looking on to Carson Lyden. Holcomb taking a while to get set. He now does come set, and now he'll try to pick off Garcia. Garcia's back in there sliding, so still no balls and 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Carson Lyden. Plainsmen out hitting the Horseheads 12-5, but only leading this one 7-4. No balls and 2 strikes. Quinn Holcomb comes set. Here's the pitch to Lyden. That one is going to be ripped to short. A diving stop by Baker. They get the out at second and the out at first. It's an inning-ending 6-4-3 double play. Exactly what you need right there for the Horseheads. So Plainsmen end up getting nothing out of it. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the top of the 8th. Do it for the Plainsmen. For the Horseheads, it'll be Fleenor, Morrow, and Burke. After 7 complete, Plainsmen lead this one 7-4. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
This is Gracie Wenzel, the marketing and promotions intern for the North Platte Plainsmen. You know us, we're Jimmy John's. Stop by your trusted sandwich shop in the North Platte area at 410 East Leota Street. We offer delivery, pickup, and in-store eating. Choose from our wide variety of sandwiches where you get to decide how the sandwich is made. Order a combo and get some chips and a thirst-quenching drink. Call us at 308-532-8000. Order online at jimmyjohns.com or stop by. Jimmy John's, where we get you your sandwiches freaky fast.
This priceless. Quality matters. Come experience.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hiddeners' trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hiddeners Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
$15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show up. 2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school. But what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation how many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a life.
We're through 7 complete. John Willis and Cannon Rath with you on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel. It's time for our second runs of pitching change, our third pitcher for the Plainsmen in this one. So this will be Preston Davis, the 6'3" righty out of Arkansas Little Rock. Micah Ford ends up going 2 innings, gives up 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and 1 hit batter. For Preston Davis so far, 3 games, all in relief. 2 1/3 innings pitched, no runs, no hits so far for him this season. 5 strikeouts, 6 walks, a 1-0 record, and no ERA for Preston Davis so far this season. He will face Bradley Fleenor to lead off this top of the 8th. Fleenor is 1 for 3, fly out in the 2nd, single and a score for him in the 4th, and then a fly out in the 6th. First pitch from Preston Davis on its way, and is in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to start out Preston Davis to Bradley Fleenor.
That was an absolute heater there by Davis, that first fastball just to Fleenor.
Davis is a guy that can reach low 90s as that one misses inside. 1 ball and 1 strike now from Preston Davis to Bradley Fleenor. Again, Davis only pitched 3 1/3 so far for the Plainsmen this year. Every time he's been out, it's been short outings. This here's the 1-1 pitch to Fleenor. 1-1 is set foul and out of play. So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Again, for the Horseheads, they have 6 outs left to work with offensively. Trailing by 3. Plainsmen leading this one 7-4. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Davis kicks and deals. 1-2 misses upstairs. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Davis to Fleenor. So count is even to lead off this top of the 8th. Righty to lefty. Here's the 2-2 to Fleenor. 2-2, grounded to second. Garcia scoops it up, flips it on to first, and 1 retired here in the top of the 8th. So Garcia gets the easy out off the bat of Bradley Fleenor. This will now bring up Brayton Morrow. For Morrow, he's 1 for 3, an RBI double for him back in the 4th, but a strikeout and a ground out in his only other 2 plate appearances.
You know, Morrow is the player that got the score and got the first run across here for the Horseheads, getting that RBI double, as you mentioned, back in the 4th.
First pitch here to Morrow on its way. Missed low and away. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Preston Davis to Brayton Morrow. Again, Davis taking the place of Micah Ford, who went 2 innings. Peyton Leon, again, he had a solid quality 5 innings in the start for North Platte. 1 ball and no strikes. That one will catch the top part of the zone. It's now 1 ball and 1 strikes. For Peyton Leon, again, he went 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis comes set, looks on to Morrow. Here is the 1-1 pitch. 1-1, chopped grounder. It'll be gloved by Wood. A long throw on to first will be nowhere near in time. I was just impressed that Wood was able to get a glove on it over at short. It'll be an infield hit for Brayton Morrow. So now this will bring up Chris Burke, who is 1 for 3. 2 strikeouts for him, but his last plate appearance back in the top of the 7th was a single and a score. Back in that 3-run top of the 7th, he got the bats going for the Horseheads back in the 7th. First pitch, broken bat as he fouls that one back. Count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Preston Davis to Chris Burke. So we'll have to take a quick pause here so Burke can get a new bat. You could see the orange splinter come off the bat.
I think for me this season, that's actually the first time I've seen the broken bat actually break apart. Not just a little crack in the bat, actually a little piece comes and snips off.
So no balls and 1 strike from Davis to Burke. with one gone and Morrow on first. They will try to pick him off, but he's back in there sliding. So count still no balls and one strike from Preston Davis to Chris Burke. Again, Burke now in his fourth plate appearance. He led things off for the Horseheads in the top of the seventh. Now coming in with one gone in the top of the eighth. 0-1 misses low and in. It's now one ball and one strike from Preston Davis to Chris Burke. Again, we're here in the top of the eighth. 7-4, Plainsmen leading it. Horseheads have a runner on and one out here in the top of the eighth. Here's the 1-1 pitch here to Chris Burke. 1-1, that one is skied up shallow right field. Higgs gets a read on it. Makes the catch just at about the foul line on the first base side, and now two gone in the top of the eighth.
It's a good play there. Just drive it down that right field line, but as you mentioned there, Higgs chasing it down with a routine fly ball for the second out here in the top of the eighth.
So bring up the lefty Ethan Rose with two gone. Braden Morrow standing at first. For Ethan Rose, he's 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. He did walk back in the third, though. First pitch to the lefty Rose will miss inside. One ball and no strikes to start out Preston Davis to Ethan Rose. Wind has picked up a little bit. It was 8 miles per hour at first pitch. It is now sitting at 12 miles an hour. One ball and no strikes. The pitch skips in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and no strikes as Morrow got a bit off the bag but ran back to first. So the count's still 2 balls and no strikes from Preston Davis to Ethan Rose. So 2-0 the count with 2 gone here in the top of the eighth. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Davis. 2-0. That one is skied up into shallow left. Cade Wood, the shortstop, will make the catch just at the foul line, and that will end off the top of the eighth. Horseheads, no runs on 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1 on base. We head to the bottom of the eighth where the Plainsmen will look for some insurance. They'll have 9-1 and 2 due up with Wendell, LaPoma, and Thompson. After 7.5, the Plainsmen lead this one 7-4. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
At Great Plains Foot and Ankle Specialists, we strive to make sure each and every one of our patients receives the highest level of care with individualized treatment plans. Our extensively trained doctors will listen to you and make recommendations based on your individual wants and needs. Whether it's something as seemingly simple as a swollen foot or ankle, complications related to diabetes, or an injury that requires surgery, we're here to help. Some of the services available by our providers include, but aren't limited to, the care and treatment of corns, calluses, and warts, custom-made orthodontics, diabetic foot care, arthritis, reconstructive foot and ankle surgery, foot and ankle trauma, fungal nails, ingrown toenails, heel and arch pain, pediatric foot care, sports injuries, and wound care. Visit us at 815 South Maple Street in North Platte. Phone number 308-532-3600. Again, 308-532-3600.
The career that drives you? When you drive for adventure, you'll find the freedom to live a life you love while seeing the country. Because with adventure, you control when and where you drive, whether it's near or far. Choose from a variety of travel opportunities with competitive pay and adventure to great places. Go to driveadventure.com and apply today. All drivers must be 25 years old with an active CDL.
Yes. Back here in the bottom of the eighth, John Willis and Cannon Rath with you on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel. The Plainsmen leading this one 7-4 as we start out this bottom half of the eighth, so the Plainsmen will look for some insurance, so to speak, over Casper before heading into the top of the ninth. Nate Wendell set to lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the eighth. He is 1 for 3, fly out in the second, RBI single in the third, and then a 6-4-3 double play in the fifth. He will lead things off for the Plainsmen here in the bottom half of the eighth inning with the Plainsmen leading in this one 7-4, have led pretty much all game after scoring 2 in the bottom half of the first, and haven't really looked back since then. Quinn Holcomb stays in the game, ready for the first pitch to Nate Wendell. That one is swung on foul back to the screen. So count will start out no balls and 1 strike from Quinn Holcomb to Nate Wendell. And it's
one of the few times where we haven't seen it really recently until now is swinging on the first pitch of the inning. Kind of been seeing the Plainsman batters taking a couple pitches trying to read Holcomb, but you saw Wendell there first pitch swinging.
0-1 pitch to Wendell. That one will miss low and away. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, the Plainsmen have 9-1 and 2 here in the bottom of the 8th. Wendell leading things off. LaPoma will bat second, Thompson third, as the Plainsmen look to add more before heading into the top of the 9th. 1 ball and 1 strike. Holcomb looks on to Nate Wendell. Again, wind blowing a little harder now, as we've gotten later throughout the game. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one is swung on, foul back. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes. We're getting close to the 3-hour mark. First pitch was at 3:11. It's now 6:02 here in North Platte, Nebraska. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Quinn Holcomb looks on to Nate Wendell. Holcomb just trying to keep this game where it is and send it to his offense in the top of the 9th, who had the 3-run top of the 7th, but that's been pretty much it offensively, other than that 1 run in the top of the 4th. It's the 1-2 will miss upstairs. It's now 2 balls, 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Nate Wendell. We have seen that Casper can score 3 runs in an inning after their 3 spot in the top of the 7th, so again, if Holcomb can just keep this game where it is, be interesting to see how Casper's offense can do. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Wendell. 2-2 will miss low and away. Count now goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Nate Wendell.
You saw Wendell there early on, kind of getting in that in the pitcher's count. Now battling back to a full count here. If you're in the mind of that crazy hair, the nicest hair on the team, it's either base hit ball 4 if you're in that hair magic.
3-2 here to Nate Wendell. 3-2 will miss low and away. It's a full count walk to lead off Nate Wendell here in the bottom of the 8th. Wendell has been doing a really good job all season of getting on base, whether it's by a walk or reaching any way he can. As this will now bring up Reese LaPoma. 2 for 3, a single, a double, 2 runs scored. Walked in the 3rd and struck out in the 5th. He comes in with nobody out. Nate Wendell now standing at first, who is also a threat to steal for North Platte. But then again, most of the lineup is, so that's not saying a whole lot.
I mean, 95% of that lineup is destined to steal.
First pitch here to Reese LaPoma. That one is swung on, struck foul out of play. Count will start out no balls and 1 strike.
See, the way I like Coach Kelly's stealing strategy is that a lot of teams will steal on the first pitch. He likes to wait and kind of get in the mind of the pitcher in the defensive set here for the Horseheads.
No balls and 1 strike to start out Quinn Holcomb to Reese LaPoma, who has 2 hits today, both in the 1st and the 2nd inning. 0-1 pitch, they'll try to pick off Wendell. Wendell's back in their standing. For Nate Wendell, he's stolen 8 bags so far this season. He has yet to be caught stealing.
And right there, I don't know if you saw it, Wendell actually was getting ready to take off, but turned around when the pitch came back, so Holcomb there kind of read the potential play there.
No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch to LaPoma. He cuts and misses at that one. It's now no balls and 2 strikes from Quinn Holcomb to Reese LaPoma. LaPoma went down on strikes in his last appearance, trying to avoid doing the same here in the bottom of the 8th. No balls, 2 strikes. Holcomb comes set. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 0-2 will skip in the dirt, and now it'll get away from Conklin. Nate Wendell will advance to second. So now runner in scoring position for the Plainsmen.
And that's one thing you got to like about this Plainsman offense is you really can't risk a double play ball when you're not sitting at first majority of the time, when you're having stolen bags. As like I said earlier, Coach Kelly did a great job recruiting a speedy team.
1 ball and 2 strikes here. Quinn Holcomb to Reese LaPoma, with Nate Wendell standing on second. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Holcomb comes set. Here's the 1-2 to LaPoma. 1-2 will just miss inside. So it's now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Good place pitch there by Holcomb, as you mentioned, just missed the inside. portion of the plate there on that one.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Holcomb looks on to Lapoma. Still nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, and Nate Wendell standing on second. Again, it was a pitcher's count to start off Nate Wendell. He worked it back to force a walk. So here's the 2-2 to Lapoma. That one is going to be popped up, and a diving catch by Burke, the second baseman. Beautiful catch by Burke. And now one retired in the bottom of the 8th. Wendell has to stay put at second.
Like you said, beautiful play by Burke. I mean, it was a light hit there by Lapoma. Burke got the jump, makes the dive, and gets the first out here in the bottom of the 8th.
So bring up Garrett Thompson, who's 0 for 3 so far today. Ground out in the first, walk in the second, fly out in the third, and then a strikeout back in the 6th. He comes in with 1 gone now in the bottom of the 8th. Now Nate Wendell standing at second, who had a leadoff full count walk and reached second on a wild pitch. Righty to lefty with 1 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. Holcomb comes set, first pitch to Thompson, catches the outer half of the plate. So no balls and 1 strike to start out. Quinn Holcomb to Garrett Thompson.
Thompson's been a good factor of this team all day on the offensive side of the ball.
No balls and 1 strike. Righty to lefty as Holcomb comes set. 0-1 to Thompson as now Wendell takes off for third. That one skips in the dirt away from Conklin, so no throw available. Wendell takes a bag easily. He now stands 90 feet away.
The interesting stat line is how many stolen bases the Plainsmen are away from 100 now at the conclusion of this ball game.
So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Quinn Holcomb to Garrett Thompson. With Wendell now standing at third, infield comes in for the Horseheads. It's a ball to the outfield. Even one that's caught would likely score the speedy Wendell. 1-1 to Thompson. That one is swung on, foul back. It's down to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game 2 of this series will be tomorrow. 3:08 first pitch. Pre-game show beginning around 2:55 or so. Again, a 3:08 first pitch on Sunday. Also at the ballpark, it's Kids Day on Sunday. First 100 kids getting some free ice cream. So come out to the ballpark this Sunday, and then wrapping up the 4-game home stretch against Western Nebraska on Monday. Last game of the first half of the season. 6:35 first pitch. Pre-game show will begin at 6:20. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quinn Holcomb to Garrett Thompson. Here's the 1-2. That one is swung on and missed. First strikeout for Holcomb so far. And now 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th.
Holcomb kind of in a situation. Wendell, leadoff hitter, gets on bag. Standing at third here now. But Holcomb's done a great job. Same with the defensive here by that play by Burke. Now you got a runner at third. Now 2 outs here for the Plainsmen.
This will bring up Giancarlo Servine. He comes in with 2 gone. Nate Wendell standing at third here in the bottom of the 8th. For Giancarlo Servine, he's reached base 3 of the 4 times he's been up so far today. Righty to righty with 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Horseheads trying to keep this game where it is, with Nate Wendell standing at third. First pitch to Servine will miss low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Quinn Holcomb to Giancarlo Servine.
Wendell's ready for anything. Pass ball, he's ready for it. The takeoff is a really big lead he took off there, so that's how Coach Kelly likes aggressive base running there.
1 ball and no strikes here. Holcomb to Servine. Again, just trying to find that final out here in the bottom of the 8th. Send it to the top of the 9th. See if your offense can put something together. 1 ball and no strikes. Holcomb comes set. Kicks and deals to Servine. The 1-0 will miss again a little low and inside. So it's now 2 balls and no strikes from Holcomb to Giancarlo Servine.
Servine, like you mentioned, has had a great ball game in today's contest here. At least it started off hot, kind of cooling down a little bit. That wind probably feels great out there for the players, though.
2 balls and no strikes. Holcomb comes set, looks on to Servine. Here's the 2-0 pitch. 2-0, that one catches the bottom part of the zone. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. We're officially at the 3-hour mark. First pitch at 3:11. It's now 6:11 here, Central Time in North Platte. It was a slow start to the game, but with some defense and pitching starting to pick up in these latest couple innings. Other than that top of the 7th, the game has moved along a little bit quicker. 2 balls and 1 strike. Holcomb comes set, looks on to Servine. Here's the 2-1. 2-1. That one is lined into left field. It's down for a base hit. Nate Wendell scores from third. And the Plainsmen get an insurance run here in the bottom of the 8th. They now lead this one 8-4 off the RBI single by Giancarlo Servine.
Giancarlo Servine there squared and just drilled it between Wilmes and Morrow here on this left side of the field and just put it right there in the left field. Just absolute squared and crushed it. Nice job to get the RBI single to extend, as you mentioned, insurance run. Now up by 4, 8-4 here.
So yeah, Plainsmen had some insurance. It's their first run scored since the bottom of the 3rd. All 7 of their runs previous to this were scored in the first 3 innings. First pitch to Oscar Stark, off speed, will miss low. 1 ball and no strikes to start out. Quinn Holcomb to Oscar Stark. Stark has flown out to center field 3 times today. Also walked and scored back in the 3rd. One ball and no strikes. Holcomb comes set, looks on Oscar Stark with Servine now standing at first. 1-0 pitch to Stark. That one, chopper foul over on the third base side, goes over to the Plainsman dugout. So count will even out 1 ball, 1 strike from Holcomb to Stark. Count is even 1-1 with 2 gone in the bottom of the 8th. Servine standing at first. Plainsman leading this one 8-4. Holcomb gets his sign. He comes set with the 1-1. Here's the pitch. Off speed, will miss inside. So now 2 balls and 1 strike from Holcomb to Stark.
Good place pitch there by Holcomb, I'll say that. Just like you said, inside, just barely missed him. That's kind of Holcomb style. Likes to go inside a lot on these right-handed hitters, but just misses it by a hair.
So 2 balls, 1 strike. Servine at first. They'll try to pick off Servine. He gets back in there. Now the ball sails into foul territory. Servine is wanting more than just 2. He will get all the way to third. And so Servine now stands at third. It's the 5th error of the ball game for the Casper Horseheads. It's their first since their 3 errors in the bottom of the 2nd, though. So now 2 balls, 1 strike to Oscar Stark, with Servine now standing at third. Plainsmen defensively now have another run to work with as we head into the top of the 9th. 2 balls, 1 strike. Holcomb kicks and deals. 2-1. Will just miss a little low and in. Now 3 balls and 1 strike from Quinn Holcomb to Oscar Stark. These are a couple straight pitches by Holcomb that aren't missing by much. Just not getting those inside calls.
And that's the toughest call to make, is get that inside call. And it's like you said, I do agree 100%, not missing it by much.
3 balls, 1 strike. Holcomb comes set, looks on to Stark. Here's the 3-1. 3-1 will miss high and outside. It's another walk by Holcomb. And so now runners at the corners for Connor Higgs.
Now down to the Plainsmen, the right fielder, number 7, Connor.
For Quinn Holcomb now, through an inning and 2/3, he's walked 3 batters. As this will bring up Connor Higgs, who is 4 for 4. 3 singles, 3 stolen bags, a run scored, and an RBI. He steps in with an RBI opportunity with Servine at third, Stark at first. Holcomb comes set, first pitch to Higgs. Will miss inside, 1 ball and no strikes, and Holcomb continues to struggle to find the strike zone.
It's just the hard part is once you get some base runners on, it's kind of hard to sometimes find that groove, and that's kind of where we're seeing Holcomb is. I mean, yes, you got 2 outs, but now you have 2 runners on. Just trying to find your groove, get that 3rd out to try to keep it a 4-run lead here for the Plainsmen.
1 ball and no strikes to Higgs. He lines that one foul over on the first base side, ends up near the Casper dugout. So count 1 ball, 1 strike from Quinn Holcomb to Connor Higgs. Again, for the Plainsmen now offensively working through the lineup for the 5th time here today. Connor Higgs is the 6th batter to come to the plate for the Plainsmen here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike. Holcomb comes set. Here's the pitch to Higgs. 1-1. That one is skied up. Right center. Rowe, the right fielder, will make the catch, and they will get out of it. But the Plainsmen do score 1. They score 1 run on 1 hit, 1 error. They leave 2 on base. So some insurance for the Plainsmen as we head into the 9th. Last chance for the Horseheads. They have 8-9-1 due up with Conklin, King, and Wilmus. After 8 complete, it's 8-4 Plainsmen. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Welcome to Scottsbluff County. From Scottsbluff National Monument to Chimney Rock, we are Nebraska's landmark country and a whole lot more. From our bountiful selection of scenic golf courses, our world-class zoo, the breathtaking Lake Minnetonka, and our family-friendly community events, we have something for you and your family year-round. Come visit Nebraska like you've never seen it. Your next experience awaits you in Scottsbluff County.
And whole, half, quarter, or 8 beef locally in North Platte and Lincoln, Nebraska.
I'm Alex Chun, the live broadcast intern for the North Platte Plainsmen of summer 2022. Just wanted to let you know, stop by your local North Platte Premier Toyota dealer. Come and browse our new and used Toyota cars, SUVs, trucks, and much more for sale. We offer in-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our cars for a test drive to see if this is the car for you. We have a talented team of automotive specialists, so come stop by at 2600 South Willow Street in North Platte, or call us at 308-532-8400. That's 308-532-8400.
Toyota, let's go places.
In-store shopping, curbside pickup, or delivery. You can even take our car.
How far will $1,000 a day take you? Or $365,000 a year? Or $3,650,000 a decade? Or, who knows? It all adds up to a lifetime of fun. Play Lucky for Life, and you could win $1,000.
Through 8 complete, John Willis and Cannon Rath with you on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel. It's another runs of pitching change. Preston Davids ends up going an inning, no runs, 1 hit, no strikeouts, and no walks. Into the game will come Caden Fiveash, the 6-foot righty from NOC Tonkawa, a rare relief appearance for him. He's had 4 starts, 5 appearances total, so his second relief appearance on the year. 24 innings pitched for him, 8 earned runs, 24 hits. Here's the kicker. 46 strikeouts compared to 5 walks for him. He has a 2-1 record with a 3 flat ERA. First pitch here to Logan Conklin will miss. Count will start out 1 ball and no strikes. His last start was against the Fremont Moo, and it was his best. 8 innings pitched, 1 run, 4 hits, 13 strikeouts, and no walks. 1-0 pitch to Conklin. Check swing, he didn't go as that one misses high. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
Good place pitcher, like you said, it was just high. Conklin didn't budge on it, but it was a good placement pitch there.
2 balls, no strikes from Fiveash to Conklin. Here is the 2-0 pitch. 2-0, that one is going to be struck well into right field. Connor Higgs will make a diving catch out in foul territory. And 1 gone at the top of the 9th. What a diving catch by Connor Higgs.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Chased it down with the nice dive. You mentioned in foul territory to record the first out here in the top of the 9th.
So now this will bring up Jake King. King is 1 for 2. RBI single for him back in the 7th. He scored on that. He struck out in the 3rd. Also did walk in the 5th. First pitch to him. We'll skip in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Caden Fiveash to Jake King. So 1 ball and no strikes. The count starts. Fiveash, the 4th pitcher to be used by the Plainsmen here today. The 1-0 will miss down low. It's now 2 balls and no strikes from Fiveash to King. So 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch from Fiveash. That one will miss low and inside. It's now 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, kind of a 3-0 count there. See if we get the courtesy call here for Fiveash.
3-0 the pitch. That one will miss a little low and in. So it'll be a 4-pitch walk. It's only the 6th walk of the season through 24 and a 3rd innings pitched for Caden Fiveash. So he puts a runner on first. This will bring up Brayton Wilmus, who is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He pinch hit for Dylan Baker back in the top of the 7th. He's getting his second at bat of this one here in the top of the 9th. Righty to righty with 1 gone. First pitch to Wilmus. Again misses. 1 ball and no strikes to start out Caden Five-Ash to Brayton Wilmus.
It's a good place pitcher by Five-Ash. Just looks like just missed the corner on it.
So 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one is lined hard to Wood. Chance for 2. They get the out at second. Throw to first. That's ball game. The Plainsmen win game 1 of this 3-game series with the Casper Horseheads by a final score of 8-4. They now improve to 14-10 and continue to put themselves in a good spot, trying to fight for that playoff spot, as we now only have 3 games left before the end of the first half. The Plainsmen are victorious. They win this one 8-4 over the Casper Horseheads. Our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show is coming up shortly as we bring you North Platte Plainsmen baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Buffalo Bill, here at Bill Woodfield. Let's play ball. I hear some of you...
2 pencils, check. 24 markers, check. 2 pink erasers, check. 3 ring notebook, check. You'll be shopping for a lot of things for school, but what's more important than your school photos? Pencils will break, markers will get lost, but your school photos will capture that moment forever. They won't just be on display this year at the house, but on your grandma's fridge, and even on display at your graduation how many years from now? When you're shopping for something this priceless, quality matters. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories Professional Photo Studio, downtown North Platte. You'll experience professional quality with over 20 years of experience, professional developing, a fun, relaxed environment, and to top it all off, you get to choose your favorite photo and select from any of our 20 different school backgrounds. Photo packages that contain photos for your wall and also to share with grandparents, aunts, and uncles start at just $15. You can even toss in a magnet for grandma's fridge and a keychain for yourself. That's right, $15 and over 20 different school backgrounds for your school photos. So show off those missing teeth, those cheesy smiles, those dimples, and those freckles. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime, downtown North Platte.
Meet your new hometown collegiate baseball team, the North Platte Plainsmen, as we open our inaugural season on May 24th at historic Bill Wood Field. Join the fun as the Plainsmen play 32 home games filled with food, fireworks, giveaways, and affordable family fun, along with the very best in summer collegiate baseball. Our inaugural season features 6 fireworks shows, a visit from the U.S. Military All-Stars, giveaway nights, and much more. Join us this summer for all the family-friendly fun you can handle. Visit NorthPlattePlainsmen.com or call us at 252-1445 for more information and to purchase tickets.
John Willis with you post-game as the Plainsmen win Game 1 against the Casper Horseheads 8-4. I'm joined by head coach J.M. Kelly on our Nebraska Land Bank post-game show. And coach, gotta like what you saw here today. The offense really got things going early on. Your pitchers did a nice job. What did you like from what you saw?
Staff came out and did a phenomenal job. Peyton comes in, throws strikes, and you know, if you can do that against anybody really, if you can do that, you give yourself a chance. And you know, they hit the ball right at guys. We struck some guys out, and you know, again, if you can do that every outing, you give yourself a chance, especially with the defense playing behind him. So, you know, another good win for us. Really like those guys across the field, though. They do the things the right way. They play the game hard, and you know, it's refreshing to see that. We've had some series so far this year where you just kind of look across the field and you can't wait to leave, or you can't wait to see those guys leave the park. And you know, just class over there. They're doing things the right way. So you know, again, just not to take away from our win, but just to congratulate those guys, because there's been several times this year where, you know, that it wasn't that way. So
wanted to talk about Peyton Leon a little bit. He did pitch 6 innings, but this was his longest one-day outing of the year, pitching 5 innings. Again, 6 innings against Hastings, but pitched 2 and 4 separately. This was his longest outing so far of the year in one day. 6 strikeouts, 3 walks for him. What were you most impressed by his stuff here this afternoon?
Again, just being in the zone. I think we took him out there, or we let him go an inning longer than probably we wanted to, but I think we also wanted to see him go an inning longer anyway. So sorry, that probably is kind of confusing. It kind of confused me, but again, just with him being in the zone as much as he was, it allowed him to get some quick outs and not have to play around with guys and get to those 3-2 counts and those 2-2 counts. He was able to get to them early and get soft contact, and doing that, it allows you to go a little bit deeper in games. Your stamina lasts a little bit longer, and as far as the pitch count goes, you don't get to that as quick. So just a great job by him of going out and competing.
Casper scores 3 in the top of the 7th to kind of make things interesting. So looking back on it, how important do you think was it just momentum-wise to get that little bit of an insurance run in the bottom of the 8th off that hit by Giancarlo?
I think it was important. It was a 7-4 game, and I say this in the most respectful way I can, not talking bad about anybody, but the way the game was going, even when it was 7-4, you still kind of felt like it was okay because runs weren't being scored at a high clip. And so, even with the 3-run inning, we kind of helped them out a little bit here and there and kind of helped them along the way with that 3-run inning. So, again, I think there was never really any high-stress situations for us. Preston Davis does a great job, goes out there, best he's looked all year, just competing in the zone. The guy's 91, 94, but he probably dialed it down a little bit. He looked a little bit lower than that. He looked more 88, 90, 91 maybe, but he was in the zone, and he was in the zone at a high rate. So really good job by that guy. Glad to see him do that, and I think he'll continue to grow his confidence as he goes.
We talked about before the game how important this weekend was with the Nebraska Land Division on the line. How important was it to get this game won, and what do you want to see from your guys tomorrow to keep this going?
We got to go one game at a time. Game 1 obviously is important. I told our guys before this we've got 4 games left. Now we've got 3 to finish out this first half. If we can go win all 4 of those, there's a really good chance that we walk away and we win the first half. But we've got to do it one game at a time. We can't get too worried about what happens 2 days from now. We've got to go out now tomorrow and compete and try to take game 2 and build off of that. So, obviously, I think some things still have to go our way. The teams ahead of us are playing some pretty good ball clubs, and then we play one of the teams that's ahead of us one game. So, if we can just go out and take care of our business, I like our odds and our chances to be able to walk out first half champs. So.
Well, appreciate you stopping by. It's been Head Coach J.M. Kelly on our Nebraska Land Bank post-game show. We'll step aside one final time, get you a final look at this one. It's North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsman Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
Join your new hometown team, the North Platte Plainsmen, for the very best in summer collegiate baseball all summer at historic Billwood Field. The Plainsmen bring affordable family fun to North Platte with giveaways, fireworks, great food, and entertainment for all ages. Join us by visiting northplatteplainsmen.com or by calling 252-1445 for more information. That's 252-1445. Go Plainsmen.
Hi, this is Chuck Heeman, operating owner of your North Platte Plainsmen. Stop by Jerry Remus Chevrolet, the only full-service dealer in North Platte and the surrounding area. Get your car worked on in our beautiful body shop. While you're there, check out the new and used inventory at Jerry Remus Chevrolet on South Jeffers in North Platte.
I've got the keys to your new car, Jerry Remus Chevrolet.
Hey, Joe Bob Sugarmaker here. It's rodeo time, and if your western wear is western worn out, you need to get spiffed up at KJ's Boots and Western Wear. Boots, hats, shirts, jeans, jewelry, and more. KJ's Boots and Western Wear, Hershey has got it all. When you see what's new in western fashion, you'll be a hootin' and a hollerin'. KJ's Boots and Western Wear can help you look your best for the rodeo or any big doings this summer. Get your new rodeo apparel at KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
For the biggest selection anywhere, it's KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
Just off the I-80 interchange in Hershey.
Hey, this is Christina Willard, Director of Sales of Marketing for the North Platte Plainsmen. Pizza, like baseball, is America's pastime, and what better place to get pizza than your local Domino's. Happening now, you can get 20% off on regular orders. There is a coupon available online, and you can also come in or call, and we will apply this killer deal to your purchase. This deal is available for carry-out or delivery. Visit us at 1815 West A Street in North Platte, order online at Domino's.com, or call us at 308-534-0400. That's 308-534-0400. Domino's? Oh, yes, we did.
For a beautiful lawn and landscape, head to Hiddeners. They have everything you need to have a successful and enjoyable yard and garden, including healthy plants, hardy stock, premium fertilizers, and professional products, all at competitive prices. Get seasoned advice from Hiddeners' trusted staff, serving North Platte for 67 years. Hiddeners Nursery Lawn and Garden Center, on the corner of 8th and Poplar.
You're listening to North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network. Visit NorthPlattePlainsmen.com for all information regarding tickets, schedule, promotions, and more. Now let's rejoin Voice of the Plainsmen, John Willis. I am John Willis, play-by-play broadcaster for the North Platte Plainsmen. You can listen to every home game here at Bill Wood Field on our Citrus 3 page, along with our new app available on Google Play on Androids only. Just search up North Platte Plainsmen and you'll be able to listen to every home and away game on the radio. Along with that, every home game will be streamed on our YouTube page, North Platte Plainsmen. Search North Platte Plainsmen on YouTube.com to be able to watch every home game here at historic Bill Wood Field. We'd love it if you could make it out to Bill Wood Field for every home game, but for the road games, reminder to listen along on Citrus 3 and our new app available on Google Play. Go Plainsmen!
Hi, this is Chad Fosdick from the people that you know and trust and the owner of Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase. 3,403. That is the number of windshields, glass showers, windows, appliance repairs, and home furnishing sales our company's completed in 2021. That level of activity does not happen by accident or wouldn't continue if we did not provide the best value when you call any of our businesses to your home. We are committed to doubling that number in 2022, and I wanted to personally invite you to experience this unmatched service for yourself. Our teams at Glass Doctor, Mr. Appliance, and Premier Rental Purchase are ready to serve you today.
Developing Memories is proud to be the official photographer of your Plainsmen. Developing Memories professional photo studio downtown North Platte has been capturing all your priceless memories from the little leagues to the majors, hitting grand slams with their professional quality and stealing your hearts as you see those priceless photos of your kids rolling over, then their toothless smiles, their dimples, their freckles, to showing off who they are in their senior photos. Developing Memories has been in the game for 20 years, and though getting your photos taken might not be quite as much fun as cheering on your favorite team, Developing Memories does make the photo sessions a fun and enjoyable experience. Come experience the difference at Developing Memories downtown North Platte. Quality photos, enjoyable experience, and affordable with no session fees. And be sure to check out our $20 mini sessions and $15 school packages. We're developing memories into photos to last you a lifetime.
John Willis with you one final time on our Nebraska Land Bank postgame show as the Plainsmen win Game 1 with the series against the Casper Horseheads. Go over the final numbers real quick over this one for North Platte. 8 runs on 13 hits, 2 errors, and 9 left on base. For Casper, they score 4 runs on 6 hits, 5 errors, and 6 left on base. The winning pitcher is Peyton Leon. Jake Carvajal takes the loss. Game start at 3:11, finished at 6:22, so total game time of 3 hours and 11 minutes. Pitching-wise for the Plainsmen, again, Peyton Leon got the start, went 5 innings, 1 run, 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and 3 walks. Micah Ford came in, pitched 2 innings, 3 runs, 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, no walks, and hit 1 batter. Preston Davis pitched an inning, no runs, 1 hit, no strikeouts, and no walks, and then Caden Fivash came in the 9th to shut things down. He pitched 1 inning, no runs, no hits, no strikeouts, and 1 walk. It was the first 3 innings that really sealed the deal for the Plainsmen as they never looked back. They scored 7 runs through the first 3 innings, 2 in the first 2, and then 3 in the third to jump ahead of the Horseheads, and they never looked back. Well, that'll wrap up our coverage here from Bill Wood Field for Game 1 in this 3-game series for the Casper Horseheads. Plainsmen now at 14-10. They sit half a game behind first place in the Nebraska Land Division. Well, the Plainsmen are victorious here today. They win this one 8-4. The record is now 14-10. I've been John Willis, and you've been listening to and watching North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network and our YouTube channel.
You've been listening to North Platte Plainsmen Baseball on the Plainsmen Radio Network. Visit northplatteplainsmen.com for information regarding tickets, promotions, merchandise, and much more.